fuck you doing? Remember that name, Good Pizza, with 3 Z's, baby, 3 Z's.
What's up, fam? It's your boy JP, Good Pizza. Yo, check this out. This week we got 2 special guests. We got Kush Kirk and Yashi Melts in the building. Wait till y'all hear this story. It's a cannabis love story. They're up in Oregon killing it, straight organic, putting out fire tree and fire rosin. Wait till y'all hear this one. See you on the show. Welcome, Kush Kirk. Thank you for taking the trip out here.
Pleasure.
From Oregon, I just found out. Thought he was
Yes.
in California. Turns out he lives in Oregon. And Amanda, how are you? Pleasure to meet you as well.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're gonna dive into the cannabis and all the hash and all the chillums and all the fucking, let's go, all the things in between. But first, we're gonna start with the story behind the story, sir. So let's take it back, man. So you're from Jersey, huh?
Yeah.
Jersey boys.
Born and originated, man.
Go, bro.
Yeah,
Where you from, man?
Central Jersey, right outside of Rutgers.
Central. Okay.
Yeah, North Brunswick, South Brunswick. I moved around every year, pretty much. Of like
Brunswick area.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Cool.
Central Jersey. So, North Brunswick was South Brunswick was the high school I graduated from.
Okay.
We always party in North Brunswick. The Rutgers
That's
campus
fact.
college. Yeah, so
That's
we were like as high school
bro.
kids, we were at every college party.
Hell yeah.
Growing up way too quick. And yeah,
Eating those fat boy subs.
Oh, every night,
Feel
3 in
me?
the morning. Yeah.
Could you explain to people what those are?
Oh, those are real sandwiches. All right, so this is, we called it the Fat Bitch.
Uh-huh.
There was one literally labeled the Fat Bitch, and it was a cheesesteak base with mozzarella sticks, chicken fingers,
That's right.
and French fries topped with whatever sauce you chose. And throw that in about an 8 to 12 inch hoagie roll, smash that shit, roll it really tight in tin foil, let the steam, everything just kind of go right.
Oh, yeah.
And then walk down, 2 minutes down the road and sit on, a stoop or whatever, on the, the trunk of the car or wherever,
Yep.
and just eat that shit at
Yep.
3 in the morning after the cake stands and all that shit.
Yeah.
Bro, that was
So healthy.
That was a life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it definitely was not healthy.
No.
Because I'd wake up every fucking morning fucked up, like hungover as hell, couldn't do that shit. So I ended up out of 18, I stopped. I was like, I'm done drinking type of shit, and maybe a little bit on the weekend, but I was done. And 21 was like my last time ever fucking drinking.
No shit.
Yeah, and I'm 32 now, so it's been over freaking a decade, and
Nice, dude.
I don't need liquor no more, none of that shit.
Same.
Yeah, that
I'm
shit
super
was,
occasional with it.
that's just the herb.
So what was the high school like, bro? Like, what type of shit were you on in high school, man? Playing sports, skateboarding?
Yeah, we were skateboarding. We were skate rats, man. We were
see
like
that.
Dogtown and Z Boys. That
Let's
shit.
go.
Breaking into every place to fucking go skateboard in the inside of like malls and schools
Let's
and buildings and CVS's, and bro, we were skate rats, bro. We were gremlins. It was
Yep.
like it was wild. And
we were outlaws.
yeah, it really
Yeah,
was.
outlaw
Rebel as
skaters.
fuck. And we
Yeah,
skateboarded all the time, snowboarded when we got a little bit older. And I left New Jersey when I was like
Yeah, when did you leave
18,
Jersey?
just right when I was 18, yeah. So, I
Okay.
mean, high school was fun, but, it was just, like, normal shit. Everyone had their clique. And, there was a lot. It was, like, 4,000 plus kids in my school or something.
Damn,
like
that's
1,000
big
in our
school,
grade. It was Central Jersey.
There's a lot of people in that area.
Bro, it's overpopulated as fuck. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that was just that. And, man, then it was just, move on and get the hell out of here because everybody in Jersey judges. It's like a judgment. You gotta we gotta rock the cool clothes.
Yeah.
You gotta listen to cool music. You gotta do all that shit. And it's like if you ain't, you ain't. It's like
It's
you're
like
last.
that. Oh,
It's
it's like that.
yeah, totally. So I was like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm over that shit. And I'd rather smoke herb and just be peaceful and like kind of I was raised a little differently.
Sure. What was the upbringing like with the parents?
Upbringing with the parents was good. It wasn't bad. It was my mom and dad split at like pretty much a younger age when I was like 4. But they weren't really married. It was chill. I was just like that happy accident, and but other than that, like my mom was super chill. Like she was kind of more or less like a hippie, like very like spiritual hippie type of shit, and like totally raised me with love.
She started like one of the first yoga studios in New Jersey back in the 90s.
Yeah,
so she was definitely part of that like movement.
She was a rebel, man, and she would like. Yeah,
dude, our moms would get along so well.
Yeah, totally. And my dad, he was super chill, man. He was a business owner. He ran a pub, a bar.
Oh, cool.
Part ownership of that, and did that for his whole life. We would just be hanging out with him half the time and eating, fried mozzarella steak. Yeah, he did like bar food all
He
the
makes
time.
a damn good pizza.
He really does. Yeah. So
Right.
Yeah. So I was
You
growing up
Italian?
with pizza. Huh? Yes.
Italian?
Yeah. Part of my family comes over from Sicily.
Same
And-
here.
Yeah.
Whereabouts in Sicily?
I'm not sure. I haven't went that far back.
sure,
My
for sure.
brother actually
On the
did on
southern side.
southern
Okay.
west side, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, my
Italian side, yeah.
my great grandmother that came over on the boat. She never spoke any English, only Italian.
yeah.
She made sauce, and my other
Beautiful.
uncles and grandfathers all the time, like farmers. You know, they were growing all
Yeah.
these tomatoes to
Oh yeah.
grandma to make sauce out of.
Sauce
And we had a
farms,
cellar, maybe the size of this room, full of jars.
Incredible.
No wine, just jars
Yeah.
of sauce.
Yep.
And everybody in the family
You
would
guys do
come.
sauce day once a year?
Yeah,
You
one,
have,
yep,
like,
yeah.
let's say
Everyone come and they
75
mash it
on,
with
yep.
the feet in the barrels. That shit was old school as hell. And I will say that was like, you know,
That's
I was way
amazing.
too young to really enjoy it and help. But
Yeah.
like, man, I do remember that smell and
That's cool.
that time burned into my brain. So that's almost like what helped, I guess, put that two green thumbs on me and
Sure.
and want
Sure.
you know, keep on living that legacy of an Italian family. You know?
Yeah,
And we still do grow tomatoes and make our own sauce.
Is
Beautiful.
it
Does that.
on your grandmother's table?
Yes, I'm on your
Beautiful.
most ancient. Yeah, we go.
Love that. Love that. That's cool, bro. So, mommy's a yoga instructor. Pops had the bar. That's pretty cool,
Yeah.
man. That sounds like a really cool, well-rounded.
It was. It wasn't bad, man. It was love, you know, and it was like
Any siblings or anything?
I got a stepbrother and a half brother, pretty much. So two pretty much brothers, and one's like the same age as me, and the other one's 8 years older. The 8-year older one's shared with my mom, and him and I are like complete polar opposites. It's actually
Really?
kind of funny. Yeah, he's like taller with blonde hair and shit.
Oh,
and,
that's
like,
it.
and but man, we go back. Of course, we're brothers and love each other and all that. And family's good like that. I moved, you know, away from all of them and lived this different life out here, West Coast style.
Yeah.
And it's definitely been a trip for all of them to, you know, not really fully understand it, but like accept it. You know, they definitely accept it. They show
Yeah.
love. You know, they know it's like, damn, you're always working, dog. You're always working. When are you gonna stop?
Yeah.
I love what I do. It's
Right.
not work.
Yeah,
We're fucking-
exactly.
We're getting hella creative and like just having fun and doing shit different that most growers don't do.
Yeah.
Because I guess it goes into like, man, we've been where we're at for a minute and we have this room to experiment.
Yeah.
The word experiment, most growers can't. They can't
Sure.
even, that's not in the vocabulary.
Yeah.
Because they gotta do that shit right to get the numbers right
Yep.
in order to get to the next grow, right?
Sure.
If they fail this one, they might not have a next one.
Yeah.
Ours, shit, it's so different,
Yeah.
bro.
Tell me about your spot, man.
Our spot is all full sun, outdoor organic.
Okay. You
And
shoot
I mean,
one
like-
full term a year.
Full term, yeah, one full term a year, but we have some depths.
Okay.
We do some light depth, and we pull usually a round in each hoop one time, maybe twice in one. We're not really trying to reload and pump out as much as we can.
Okay.
Me and her are the ones planting it, choosing them, watering them, harvesting them. We either we call in a few other hands just to help us harvest.
Sure.
And yeah, at that point, it's really like small batch, like, you know, people say, but ours is definitely bigger batch than most people, but because we have the sun to power it.
Yeah.
And square footage, like we have 5 acres on our property.
Oh, wow.
So we don't grow on every acre, but it's definitely like, I don't know, if you mashed it all up, probably around half an acre or something.
Yeah.
So-
Cultivation space.
Yeah. I'm not sure the square footage, you know. People
Sure.
in California definitely be measuring more. Oregon, nobody measures. Nobody measures. It's just how it is.
Just
up there.
blow shit out. bro.
Yeah, no, it really, and it, you know, and it, of course with respect, you know, like we're
course.
not going so, like I said, not going twice in one hoop and that type of stuff. We
Yeah, I
definitely,
was gonna say I think we're definitely on the smaller side of things. I think like probably 10 to 15,000 square feet of canopy, so not like huge.
So how many runs you guys doing here? One full term and 2 depth?
yeah, really
No.
from August. Well, what was I say? Go.
Oh, I was just gonna say that we have 5 depths. So
5 depths, yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So we
Yeah.
succession them like 2 weeks apart so that we can
Okay.
keep it super small and
Oh,
keep
fire.
our team really like on the quality, because if we harvested it all at one time, it would be impossible.
Yeah.
We would have to outsource way more people. We wouldn't be able to be on top of it. Like we're running in the hash bags like every 30 minutes to the freezer, you
Yeah,
know, and like
yeah.
on top of it.
Yeah.
So by keeping the team small and the harvests smaller, then we're not like, oh, we got to get to the next plant. It's like, okay, that hoop will be ready in a week.
Cool.
We have all week. Take your
Cool.
time.
Good.
Be
Yeah.
consistent.
You got
you
your
know, with
cadence
your work.
down. Nice, it sounds
Yeah,
like.
because
Cool.
really we're the only 2 people that touch the plant until that day, and so we
Okay.
really try to emphasize to our workers like, you're the only other energy really going into this. Like this is the last moment that you could fuck this up. So
Yeah.
let's not.
It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. And we've
It's
had
not.
people, man, we've had people drop the ball with us, you know, and like try to help us. And accidents happen for sure, of course.
Yeah.
But if we're there doing majority of what we do, we save a lot of accidents.
Well, everything is
Accidents.
microscopic when you're a hash maker. With flour.
Yeah. Are you guys
the
just doing
bigger
hash
picture.
production?
No, we do like 50-50.
50-50. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But we treat the
Nice.
flour the same, like the same
Yeah.
microscopic scale of the resin, like really paying attention
Okay.
to how it is on the plant.
Sorry.
Treat it like a rose, we put the buds in the tote,
Stem
like
down,
little
flower up.
babies. Yeah.
Like,
and
yeah,
just-
gently as hell. Because
Yeah.
when you look at at nighttime with a headlamp, if you're harvesting, if you're really hitting these cutting these plants down, you literally see the trichomes fall off.
Yeah. Wow.
Bro, it's crazy. So you're
Yeah.
thinking about whoa, what percentage was that? And then
Yeah,
walking
right.
into this, dropping it here, jiggling on the way to the freaking, it all loses.
It all
so
adds up.
it's like shaking a really ripe apple tree and the apples fall,
Yeah.
right? The ripest, the best ones. That's just kind of
That
what
makes sense.
the ganja does too. Yeah, so we got to be really fucking careful. And sometimes when people see us do what we do, people look at us like we're crazy. Like, why are you so gently with it? It's just just put it in, let's go. It's like, nah, trust this process. And we're doing it on a larger scale than most of these indoor dudes.
Yeah.
So it shows even how much more serious we are about it. But taking that for months on end, back to back.
That's
every day.
dope, bro. I'm loving what I'm hearing, man. That's
Yeah,
dope.
it's-
Like,
you gotta
the
go
care
check
and
it out.
love that you guys put into the plant. I do.
Yeah.
I owe you guys a trip. I'm seeing it on the show. The show, man. So okay, so you're back. You're in Oregon, right? So what happens? So is that the first place you went? Oregon? Did you come to Cali first? Or what was the decision
yeah.
to go
Actually,
to West? And
I
what
tried to come. I tried to go to Oaksterdam in Oakland.
Okay.
10 years ago, right before that shit got raided. Because I was like, yo, I mean, what the fuck? I guess I gotta try to learn this shit seriously. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. And I didn't know anybody out west, right? There was nobody I knew. So I
Sure.
was just like, I'll go to school. Fuck it. Go to take this open walkthrough, little day through the school, and then next week it gets raided.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I was like, well, I guess I'm not going there. Shit. So the next decision was, hey, my mom was like, I know somebody up in Oregon, in Ashland, Oregon, that has a room for rent. And they don't even want anything. They're just like, hey, it's my mom's friend. She was like, oh, she'll help me out type of thing. I was like, all right, free room, let's go. I get there, I was like, I'll still help out the lady. I'll do some landscaping for her and keep me busy outside and stuff. And did that, met some kids at the skate park, and kind of just took off from that point. And
Not the skate park.
oh no,
Let's
yeah,
go.
I was gonna go down there and
Yeah,
meet the
dude.
skate kids and hang out with them, smoke spliff, and
Smart, bro.
with no, I was at the bottom of the food chain. I was a trimmer at that point.
Yep.
Trimmer, I was coming from somewhere else, just looking for people. Hey, can I work for you? I'll do anything,
Yeah.
And we took that motivation. That was started all 10 years ago. Nobody was even hating on trimmers like they are, nowadays and type of shit. It's stories, but it was all right. Here, let's do the work, and make something of it. I learned from everyone I worked with. I worked with so many people over that,
Sure.
decade ago, and I took all the good parts from everybody and Frankenstein my own idea out of of all that to make the garden what it is today, and the garden killing it. So it's it's just
Smart, bro.
paying attention, being that East Coast, self not, letting shit distract me on that side of wanting to go party and stuff. Now I wanted to focus and have that shit right so I can be chilling when I'm older. And I mean, I've always said that too. I partied a little too much when I was young. That's why Rutgers did that shit to me.
Yeah, Rutgers.
Dude, you don't want to do a keg stand after you've done one. It's it's you gotta move
yeah.
on.
Yeah,
That's part of life.
But we're gonna leave that back in
Yeah,
that chapter.
exactly. So shitty alcohol and all that stuff.
Yeah, bro.
Just moved on
Somebody
up.
drop you, fuck your teeth up. Wow.
Yeah.
It's out of shit. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it all, bro.
Yep.
I've seen it all. I went to Kane, so
Okay.
not far from it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And and then so then it's just and then I was homeless even in Ashland. So after I moved in with this lady, long story short too, with her boyfriend, military dude, didn't really vibe with the whole smoking herb.
Gotcha.
And he was kind of just giving bad vibes. So I was like, you know what? I get the picture. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
leave.
you're welcome.
I'll leave. I'll just go be on the streets. I'll hang out with these gremlin kids, these skate rats and whatever,
Yeah.
and just start learning shit. And I'll wing it.
Yeah.
And that's how it is.
How old
So-
were you this time, man? That's a hell of a jump, dude.
That was 21.
21.
Yeah,
Okay.
21.
Okay.
Being homeless, choosing to be homeless.
Choosing, yeah.
Yeah, chose for about 5 months, and
That's some
throughout
West
the
Coast shit for real.
yeah, I will say, bro, right? No, that East Coast of me wouldn't have done that, you know. But the West Coast to me definitely was like, bro, you gotta learn this shit.
You did that on the East Coast.
Yeah, no. And just like anything, just not as good, you know. It's not comfortable.
Yeah.
But out here was comfortable, bro. I know, you know, and people would, you know, be really nice, you know, to like that type of person I was. They were also maybe that person before, you know. So they give me the shirt off their back to say you can come stay and hang out with us, you know. And I was like, all right, yeah, man, I'll help you out. I'll just trade work for, you know, stay. And it was always a good vibe, really, you know. And I met some cool cats that were really hippie, and they let me, they taught me a lot of like also grow techniques and stuff too, like, and put me on to these big 10-pound plants that we can grow now in our neck of the woods. We grow 10-pound monsters.
Let's go.
Yeah, one fucking seed, fucking this big, can be 10 pounds of weed.
Yeah.
Since about 7 months.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That is crazy.
Like when you actually start seeing that shit and you're behind it, and you're like, yeah, that shit was casting. It's casting a shadow over you from the heat of the day.
Yeah.
It makes you, it just changes you who you are. I mean, like all big experiences change people. You know, this big experience for us changed us, and it keeps us around. You know? Yeah, it's a good vibe.
So is this around the time where you guys met up on your journeys?
I would say.
How far into your Oregon journey?
I was in there for like another couple years after the homeless. I was.
How long were you homeless?
Probably only like 8 months.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 months
cool.
at most. And then I chose to live in a communal house. After the communal house for about a year, I grew some herb at that house and took my winnings from there and cashed it in with my pops. So I was like, "Oh, pops, back at home." I was like, "Yo, we gotta buy a property." Okay. You know, like that's really what it came down to. He had the legal name, right? I just had the money. So I gave him the money. Got the legal name. We started working together, me and Pops.
Let's go,
dude. So Pops was the one that believed in me. Yeah, for real. And my mom too helped him encourage the whole thing, you know, and all this shit. And so I got the property, and then within like 2 years later, that's when we met. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, pizza fam? It's your boy JP, Good Pizza. Check this out. I've been getting a lot of questions on where I can find the fire good pizza. Check this out. We got you covered. We're in NorCal, SoCal, Central Valley, San Diego. We got you covered on the slices. Peep the list. Go check out the shop. Tell them Good Pizza sent you. Peace, love, Good Pizza.
I was just growing herb pretty much for those 2 years beforehand and getting better at what I was doing every year, putting every dollar I made back into that property. Every dollar, boom, 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 you know. So, yeah, man. Then that third year, then we met each other through a good friend that I went to high school with, actually. Yeah.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, he was pretty much. He was out here in Sacramento, or area. Yeah, he was out here.
San Juan Mountains.
Somewhere, and
oh, that's the Ridge. That's Nevada City, San Juan Ridge.
Yeah, he was kind of hippie, cool dude too.
Yeah, we lived up there together.
And then they met at this really cool place. I guess I don't really know too much about it, but, you know.
It was a yoga sanctuary.
Yeah, it was a yoga sanctuary. Yeah, so it's really cool.
Tight. So, all right, man, we're gonna flip to your story.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's take it back. Where are you from?
So I was born in Hawaii, and then I was raised mainly in Texas, in Austin, Texas.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which is, you know, very similar vibes, honestly, as the East Coast in the sense of can't talk about any of this. You know, it's like pretty much everyone I know has been arrested for cannabis at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty much everybody that I went to high school with, everybody. It's just, it's hard to get away with it out there. So you just don't talk about it much. And it was like, I didn't even feel like it was a possibility or like even in my sights when I lived in Texas, honestly, because like I said, nobody talked about it. I've been smoking since I was like 13, you know, so a long time. But it was always just like good Cali bud. It always came from California. It came from like Garberville area. I had a friend that would go out there and pick up a bunch and ship it back to us, and that's where we would get huge softballs of hash and shit from them, from all their trim and everything. It was
Texas.
Pretty cool to know where it came from. I would save like one huge nug from every single pound that I bought, and like had a little box for all of them, and like
that's so cool.
Yeah, man. It was just a really cool experience.
Now to cut you, but what did you do with that box? Was it like an occasion when you broke it all out?
420.
So yo, I did the same thing, but on New Year's.
Oh,
I would save a gram out of every batch I got all year, and I had this big ass jar. And New Year's, I would bust them out, and like not knowing like weed goes bad, and like shit was
for sure.
down, like half of it's dust, but like we're smoking Dutches anyway, so it didn't matter.
We're still stoked.
We were like rolling and fucking smoking old weed from last year. You know what I mean? We were fucking. It was life. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Cool. Continue.
And we were talking about the other day, like the second gen blunt.
Oh,
that was a thing.
What's the second gen blunt? What's that?
Oh, all of the roaches.
And roach blunts.
And then
I never called it second gen. That's funny as fuck, dude. Roach blunts, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Were you really outside if you didn't smoke a roach blunt when you come up?
Yeah. I don't know. For real. And then, I smoked a lot with my brother. I have 3 older brothers, and he taught me how to corner the bowl and how to freaking
be respectful.
be an actual like decent smoker.
Yeah.
So that was really like my intro to all of it. And then actually when I moved out of my parents' place when I was 15.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah, early.
She's about it.
Got my GED and became a pastry chef. Studied to do that, and worked in a bunch of bakeries in my teens, and I wanted to move to Colorado and work with edibles, but I wasn't of age yet because I was so young. So my mom was like, honestly, you should just work in bakeries, get the skill down, and then when you can get your license, go to Colorado, go do your thing. But honestly, by the time, she was about it. She was really supportive of me moving out and doing my own thing. It was really hard for her, obviously, because I was young. But, I just had my own journey that I needed to go on.
Some kids could just fly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's just a level of independence that I've always had, but it just worked out that way.
I'm sure it served you later in life as well,
For sure.
Yeah.
Street smarts are a thing that are less and less common.
Yeah.
So it was important.
So it's common sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
no doubt. Okay, cool, man.
So then when I moved into the city, into Austin, I met up with this group of people that were making people's yards into gardens. And they would bring the tools, the seeds, the compost, everything. And they would just ask you to share all the vegetables with your neighbors.
That's awesome,
so you didn't even really have to know much about growing or anything. They'd help you. So I became like a part of their group and helped people build gardens.
That's dope.
And somehow through that, it just became this crazy, the floodgates opened for me. I didn't want to work under fluorescent lights anymore. I didn't want to work in a bakery anymore.
Yeah.
I sold everything that I owned, that I had accumulated. Like I had a really nice house and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But I was working like 50 hours a week. And just didn't make sense for me anymore. So I sold everything that I couldn't fit into a 40-pound backpack, and I moved to Sacramento. I was just telling him this story that, the first place that I got dropped off was Sacramento, and then I went to the San Juan Mountains and stayed at a yoga retreat. And they taught me about organic farming, they taught me about soil biology, and I was like, should I go to college for this? Like, I want to learn more about it. And they're like, honestly, just go farm. They're like, go do it. They're like, life experience is going to get you so much further than going and reading about farming for 4 years or whatever. I was like, all right. So then I moved down to Santa Barbara, and I worked on a food forest down there for a couple of years, where I planted a bunch of fruit trees, and then we planted like edible plants all around the bases of the fruit trees. It was like 4 acres, so it was a big project. It took 3 years to like plant all the trees build the soil and make the compost and everything. Yeah, it was an awesome project. And when I was there, his friend and I met, and he was like, I've got this friend that grows in a very spiritual way. He's like, and I think that you'd be really into it. And I was like, all right. I was like, I'm down to check it out. And so I went up there to trim, and when I first met him, it was practically love at first sight. It was pretty wild. Did not expect it.
Yeah, here we are.
In the driveway, basically.
So we had like this.
It was wild.
Coming in.
It was actually during a snowstorm. So
not so hot.
It was pretty wild. It was a 100-year storm.
It was a freak snowstorm.
Our area snow up there like that?
Yeah, so we usually get like 2 inches on like the floor of my property, right? We're at the valley floor. Up in the mountains gets a little bit more.
Sure.
A foot, 2 feet, Yeah. But we're at the valley, only gets a couple inches. We got 3 feet that year. 3 feet instead of a couple inches, bro. That should change the game.
Storm of '96.
Yeah, it was 100 years. Back in the day. I was young. I was swell. I was jumping off like 3 steps on the stoop and just like just jumping into.
Sorry guys, I didn't mean to. Storm of '96 in New Jersey.
Check it out.
Crazy. Shut the whole state down.
It did. But no,
that's
3
kind
feet.
of what happened. It was chaos.
Well,
Like,
our neck of
people
the
weren't
woods wasn't
expecting
used to
it.
3 feet at all.
They're
So
not
everyone
equipped to
was
deal
just
with
like,
that.
bro, we couldn't even open our gates because they swing open
Yeah.
and shit. So we had to dig all this shit out. And we've got driveways that are like
Oh, I don't miss that.
quarter-mile long, some of these people, bro. So you're stuck.
You have a snowblower, you never need one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No plows.
No, I mean, like, hopefully your dirt bike or your quad can get through it. And
now we have a tractor.
Like, we have a tractor, so that's actually, that's a
But
plow.
we didn't at the time.
But yeah, no, I cleared out this shit, like, and like pushed her car and her friend's car like into my driveway.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, we're in here. And it was like this, big moment of first meeting
And
each
I was
other.
hopefully he's not creepy because I'm stuck here.
Yeah,
Like,
of
you know
course.
what I
And
mean?
dude, growers
Nobody
be like
knows.
that. Like,
Yeah, no,
and
dude.
bring it in the trimmers. Give me your car keys. Now you can't leave because I don't trust you. But it's like some weird psychological, like,
Yeah,
I really
there are
want to
places
be
like that.
creepy type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
no,
heard
that
the
shit don't
stories,
fuck.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit don't fuck. But no, I was just like, I'm young myself, so I was like, I ain't weird like that. So,
No, it was through a mutual friend. Like I
Yeah,
said, I wasn't really too worried
No,
about
no
it.
doubt. But it's in the back of your mind. It's supposed to be, you know.
For sure.
well, she came from a spot before mine that was creepy.
That was
because,
weird.
oh,
I
that's
was at a weird place before that. That's funny. Yeah, and so then right after we met, it was winter, it was snowing, and he was making hash, and a lot of hash. And me and my homegirl just came, and he
and I
taught
got
us
these
both.
girls to work.
Yeah,
I got
he
these
taught
girls
us
to
both how to make hash.
I got money,
all
I got
winter.
hours, let's do it.
Yeah.
Right?
And it was super fun, honestly. Like, I fell in love with the whole process. He taught me how to air dry and how to really do like the traditional techniques of making hash.
For all the machinery.
And like I said, this was 8 years ago, so this was before like freeze dryers had really become popular. And I didn't really know like how valuable what I was learned like at the time. I didn't realize how
freeze
valuable
dryers.
this knowledge was going to be, making hash and being able to dry it myself. And by the time that spring rolled around, we had just created such a strong connection that he was like, yeah, if you want to stay and help me farm this year. And we had spent the whole winter just like talking about rebuilding his garden into hugelkultur, which is like it's a German building technique where you put like rotting wood in the ground, and that's like what you build your
Like
soil
no-till?
on.
Like
Yeah.
organic no-till?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, before all that even.
Before that was even, I know that
Yeah.
was
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
it was before, yeah.
Yeah, this was way before all of that. And I had just spent the last 3 years in Santa Barbara building these no-till like style beds for all of the trees that we were growing, and making compost and doing all the like other stuff that it takes. And so that's kind of where we like bonded. He had just gotten certified by Dragonfly Earth Medicine, which is an organic like
You've heard of this,
regenerative
Yeah,
certification.
we're actually working on getting them on the show. Yeah, that's in the works.
Yeah.
Awesome. Josh and Kelly are amazing.
Yeah.
Big love, big
Yeah,
love.
huge
yeah.
love for them.
Family.
Hell yeah.
And so through that we just, like I said, kind of
Yeah,
got
full-
hooked.
Yeah, we drank the juice. You could say.
Yeah.
We drank that shit. We chugged that shit. We shotgunned it.
Yeah.
And we were full blown with it. There was no looking back.
And we've spent the last 8 years
Yeah.
like really taking the 5 acres that he has and trying to utilize every part of it, to grow food, we grow a bunch of different medicine.
Have fun on it.
Yeah.
Entertain yourself
Yeah.
on it. Treat yourself. Relax on it.
Yeah,
There's
we tried-
spots
The
all
artwork
retreat
you have
space.
there, they just got done. It's sick, bro. Is that on the property?
Yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah, Chris Dyer came. We had 2 other artists come
Dude.
out. We
Fire, bro.
Bro, that's
Yeah.
what, the
I
type
just
of
want to
shit
eat
that
mushrooms and like walk around your property, bro.
Bro, a lot of people do
Right.
that. A lot
We
of
should.
people people
We will.
love doing that shit.
Ruben, we're going to Oregon soon, bro.
There's no light pollution. You could see the like Milky Ways and shit at night.
What?
Bro, I'm not kidding, bro.
Oh man, I gotta get up there, dude.
Bro,
Yeah.
it's priceless types of shit in life that you can't buy down here,
Yeah.
no matter how much money you fucking got.
Yeah.
I figured that shit out, I think, at around like 15, 16 years old, and I was like, that's where I want to be. I want to be where the shit's priceless.
Yeah. That's cool, man. I'm glad you caught that jewel at an early age, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to TNT on that one.
You're 15?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. But I did. Oh, man.
Yeah, DMT at
That's it,
15, bro.
Shout out to DMT.
Wowzers.
Yeah, no, really. That was,
I did for my first time in like the last 3 years.
how'd you do it? What form?
I smoked out of a bomb,
Okay.
and it was powder.
It was powder? Crystal?
Crystal, yeah.
Yeah. All right, that was the shit.
Boy, oh boy, did I get a smile.
But that's the shit. It's like some people be fucking.
I don't believe in the pens. I'm like, how am I gonna get that?
Talk about Fugazi.
Fuck about Fugazi.
Yeah, that's the pen. That's the one.
How am I gonna do that with a pen, bro? Didn't add it up. I didn't even try it. I have a DMT pen. I haven't even touched it. I don't want to.
It's not even worth it. It's I did it off of like a spoon. When I was 15.
Jesus.
I hit a spoon when I was 15.
Yeah, real shit.
Bro, that's some real shit. But I trusted the source that gave it to me.
Sure.
And he was the plug. He was the kingpin of the town. Shout out to James Connolly. He rests in peace. He put me onto a lot of shit. That dude.
Jersey days?
Yeah, Jersey days.
Good.
High school days. Yeah, for sure. Like, skipping school with this guy to go just burn a blunt and see whatever the fuck happens next.
Okay.
Man, like, we want to get into it. I would smoke opium with that dude. Shout out to opium. Like, that shit was also an experience of a lifetime. It was like first time smoking hash all over again. Very spiritual though, medicine. It's medicine. It's opium. That's what you need. It's like painkiller.
Yeah.
It's not an everyday thing. No.
Yeah, I stay away from those.
It's definitely a medicine. If we're type of sick, like where we're from, like we take plant medicine. I would source that shit, but we don't even get sick that much. It's like fucking. But DMT opened up my eyes to all that shit, man. For real. Definitely, when I came out of that high, little sign. I pretty much changed. Everything changed as a human, and I unplugged from the matrix, and I figured out how to just want to tap in with the plants and Mother Nature, animals, all this other shit that actually was, I think, my human instinct is what I call it. How the birds migrate and the deers and all these things migrate when the weather changes. Humans, man, we had some sense of instinct too. We lost it. But I think it is tapping in with plants and animals. And when these shits all work together, bro, it's like it's a recycling symbol, right? It all feeds itself, and you don't need to look outside that circle.
Yeah.
You're good for life. And now we're talking about, like, we're raising our own meat, we're raising our own vegetables, and we're making, like, that's how I know that shit's fucking really organic and really clean. When it's just stored bought, it's just not. It ain't gonna ever be like what it could be in your backyard.
Ever.
Yeah, ever. So we just started doing that shit, that too. And it was like, that's where DMT took it too. It was like, yo, take that shit seriously.
Maybe you should do DMT before you're 18.
With the right people.
Just kidding, kids, but if you're, fucking around.
I was with the right people. I was with the right mindset. I was in that. I was in my own house.
Yeah,
in a comfortable setting. You gotta be in a comfortable setting.
Not like party time.
No, it don't work if you mix alcohol. You can't do a sip of beer. You can't have none of that. You have chill music on, none of that fast beat shit.
All that, bro.
Like
432 hertz, gigahertz, like that type of, or whatever vibration you need to have as far as your beats, and then
you need to have that shit low.
And then like my homegirl, she like cleansed the house with like sage, you know what I'm saying, cleanse me, and like it was a whole ass situation. And I felt comfortable. On this journey I was about to take, and I took the journey.
Nice.
Glad to hear it, man.
Up in Nevada City, actually. Yeah,
there you go.
Or Grass Valley, close to the border, same neck of the woods. You know what I'm saying?
There's some powerful energy out there.
There is some powerful energy up there.
Yeah. So
you ever been to South Yuba River?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's God's country, man.
I was gonna say, talk about powerful energy. That place is amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, we have a beautiful river really close to us, actually, the Illinois River, and it is similar vibes, similar spiritual energy out there. The whole river is serpentine.
Yeah. It's like crystal clear water.
Yeah.
You jump off these 30-foot rocks. Yeah, I mean, people go scuba diving. It's so deep now. It goes like 30 feet deep.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's some
like
caves. Yeah, some crazy shit.
Yeah.
People paying for gold out there still.
Yep.
I think far enough down the river you can find salmon swimming upstream, and they have these little salmon spawns and stuff.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, it gets, you gotta respect it though. That's the rule for sure.
Oh yeah. You have to.
And it's getting a little bit too populated sometimes. So like, no, you're right. It's the world nowadays.
Yeah,
somebody posts about it, and then it's like it's all over.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
They start a page, bro. There's a
secret
page
spot
for South Yuba River or secret spot. Like,
like
should not be on here.
Yeah.
That should not be on here. Locals
No, there's a
only
lot
done
of that, honestly.
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
But just come with respect. Everything's good.
Yeah.
For sure. Have your fun. Get wet and get the fuck out of here. Don't leave any trash.
Leave nothing behind.
Bro, that ain't cool. Me and my homies, we'll clean shit up, bro.
Yeah, you gotta bring a trash bag with it.
We'll clean shit up, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's a lot of what we do.
I was raised by hippies, man. I know.
Yeah, exactly. Mama taught you well. Exactly. This is all it is.
For sure. So you guys are on the farm together now. What's next? Like, how does it kick off? You got that first season. Like, what strains you guys growing? Like what's going on during this time?
We planted, I think, around how many hundreds of seeds? I guess about 2 months ago. 2 to 3 months ago, we planted. 600 seeds, I'd say. 600 seeds. All regulars, mostly regulars. I'd say there was some femmes. So we do everything mostly from seed.
Okay. From
our garden. Why? Clones. I already know what it is. It's a clone. You know, it's like I already seen it before. I love fucking mystery. I think that's the first reason. Yeah, unknown. The unknown for me. That's what I mean. Experiments, right?
Yeah.
Our garden, we can experiment. We can throw away half a fucking crop.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Cool.
Because you know why? We didn't spend money into the crop. We've been on this garden for 10 years, like really dialing shit in. Our alpacas, we have animals that sustain our like fertilizer. We have just the ability to kind of like make. We made 40, 50 yards of our own homemade compost. Put it that way. 50 yards of compost.
Yo, I see the pile.
Oh, it's all pile. The
Wow,
pile is
dude.
fucking. It's my proudest moment of life.
Yo,
bro.
some of them days I know that shit be fucking bumping, bro. I seen you got the fish heads fucking dropped off.
Don't fuck around. Yeah, that shit you can smell for miles. So we have vultures coming in. No, we really get like a clean source of fish, also from a homie. Like everything we source, we triple check the shit.
That's cool.
You know, because I don't want any type of mids coming in to try to make something I call high grade, starting with base mids. Fuck that.
For sure.
Yeah, like
it's true.
So our friend goes out to the Eastern Oregon, where there's freaking nobody except a few cowboys, and he goes down this river and he catches catfish. Because he takes the fillets and he just freezes all the catfish fillets and he eats catfish all freaking summer. And it's amazing fucking catfish, by the way. We got some. You come up, you have it. It'll be like catfish tacos or sandwiches.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah, usually catfish is not good, but this is a really
clean ass.
It's really wild.
Okay.
They're catching catfish every 15 minutes.
Very interesting.
Wow.
They come back with 3 barrels for 100 fish.
They're super invasive
barrels.
there.
I'm talking,
So,
4 foot tall, food grade barrels, sealed, and the heads, spines, and tails are all up in them. They take the fillets, put them in, the ice, and keep them clean.
And then you take that for
and
your
we take
compost.
all the waste and we put all that in our compost. That's like, dude, hundreds of pounds of fucking fish guts.
Yeah.
And oh my god, it is so good.
We kill a bunch of turkeys throughout the year and chickens, so we have a bunch of blood and feathers and bone, like meal, all these things that people are like buying. Instead, we're really like raising these animals so that we can eat them and in return grow our plants too.
That's beautiful, pure intentions with everything you guys have on
It's like a tradition. It's a tradition from from all of our ancestors.
It is.
Yeah.
No matter white, black, anything. It's like they all raised animals and pretty much fed themselves with the animals, and the animals fed the veggies and like grew the corn, and it's like it all just comes from that small circle of plants and animals and yourself with 2 thumbs and a brain to make it all work. For real,
Yeah.
So it's already there, and I get a lot of people don't have space like we have space, so I respect that side of it. I am trying to like hate that, like, oh, you should be doing what we're doing, and I've said that a lot in a sense, but like I know if you ain't got the space, you ain't got the space.
Sure.
But there's a sense of like still trying to go out and make something, out of something, still putting the effort, I guess, to go a little above and beyond. Some people like just need to, I think, have that effort, put into them a little bit more. That's that like work ethic that we were talking earlier, like people being a little lazy or something. And
I think source, like knowing your source, know your farmer, like kind of thing. I think that is a really big part of it. If we're going to be smoking something every day or ingesting our food, it's like really where are you getting it from and where are they getting the ingredients to grow it from? It's like it really does matter on a larger scale because a lot of these things are not ethically harvested. And so
as a consumer, you got to know, like, you should trust the source.
Yeah.
Too, like, and a lot of people find that, like, oh, I like this brand or something, but do you know that brand that well? How well do you know that guy or girl?
Or you just in love with the packaging.
Yeah.
What is
it?
real?
Right.
And like maybe you can't get to know those persons. They won't let you you know,
Ask
know
these
them.
questions, yeah.
But there's a level to like still like the ones that you can connect with. It hits different, you know, like to sit down and actually like be a homie with somebody, or like just to get to know somebody. It makes the experience a lot better.
Absolutely.
You know, and I encourage everybody to go out and ask more questions. Everybody, you know, all the consumers. I like to answer questions. I try to answer as many as I can on my Instagram, but like Lord knows there are some wild ones that I just gotta ignore, and like you know, they're just too like Google it first. I would say that Google it first. It's like a lot of it's like too simple. I can't feed everything on a silver platter to you guys. You know.
Yeah.
You guys gotta try sometimes too. You know. It's like so.
Sure.
We also say like just put in the effort and try yours.
No doubt.
Nobody handed it to us. We put in the effort of her researching everything she typed in, and like the trial and error that we put into months of watering something maybe that didn't work, you know, or just anything like that. It's just about trying. You gotta really know that. That's the real way of learning.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I love it, man. That's fucking cool, man. It sounds like you guys got a great operation up there, man. It's super pure. Let's talk about the real reason you're on the show.
Oh, let's go.
Sour.
Oh, okay.
So I found you, okay? Shout out to homie Naptime Gardens. He put me on to you.
Okay.
He's like, bro, he knows I'm always looking for sour. He's like, bro, fucking Kush Kirk's got it, dude. He's got the real sour.
You fucking found
You gotta
it.
holler
Nice.
at him. You gotta find this dude. And I'm like, yeah, well, I don't know where to fucking find this guy, bro. Where is he, bro?
I mean, they're phone. I mean, everyone's phone.
Yeah, no, you are.
Yeah.
You are. You certainly are now. But the closest we got together, or to each other, was Ego Clash last year, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I was super out of it that day. I was sick. You know what I mean? I was scheduled to go up there and do like, you know, catch footage on the event, et cetera, et cetera. And I fucking put on my big boy pants and just
It's a big day.
Dayquil and fucking just went. Just bundled up and just went. And like just the energy there was so ill, like it carried me through the day. And I've always wanted to go to Ego Clash. That was dope. But like I somehow found out you were in the cave in the back.
Yeah.
And I made it like to like Farming Stone. I think I got this at.
Nice.
Made it to Farming Stone, didn't make it past him and Masonic. I think you were back to the right.
I
I just
all on
fucking
the back
missed you. I'm like, fuck, man.
You would have had the chance to get some sour right then. That was like the second to last chance. I saved the last bit right after that for Astor when we went out to New York.
Oh, nice.
And that was in February. And it wasn't
Oh,
even as
shit.
fresh. It wasn't as
No
good.
doubt.
I just told him I'm saving it for you, dog. Like I know it's like it's gonna be fine. Like I said, so I saved him the last, I think, half pound of flour and ounce of hash or something. So
Alright.
that I don't know if there's any left. No flour left. That shit got sold in 2 days. I don't know if there's any rosin left there.
Gotcha.
But that would probably be one of the last spots for it. I think we
Man.
might even have some with us just to smoke on. Or no, we don't. We left
Sour rosin.
So.
I left that one.
I don't think
I have
so.
like 2 jars.
You should.
Yeah.
I
Before
didn't know that we would have brought it.
I'm a
No,
sour
shit.
fucking psycho. I'm actually starting to like just kind of give up the search and just like
All right,
let's just
yeah.
move on.
You want to
Oh,
know? All right,
okay.
you want to talk about it?
Well,
All right, let's
talk
talk
about
So
it.
I
Yeah.
had that. I grew up in New York, sour, East Coast, right?
Yeah,
East
yeah,
Coast,
sure.
bread and butter was sour.
That
That
was
was dour.
You know what I'm
It was
saying?
dour.
yeah.
Diesel sour, dour.
Yeah, bro.
And like that was the diet for most homies.
Yes, bro.
And
That was the weed that
yeah, like it was like if it ain't dour, get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, beat it with that
Yeah.
piff, bro. That shit's over.
And I love Cliff too, but
You too.
so
Sour came through.
sour, bro. And this sour was like strength. It was power, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
when you smoke that shit, you felt like a new man. And what, 10 years ago, 20 years, whatever, it just disappeared. You know, that fucking real shit kind of disappeared. And it's not that it's gone. I'd say like if there is that true cut out there, there are some that represent that flavor. And I think what we've had might have been the Res Dog cut. Now,
Really?
okay, yeah. So you heard of that
Okay.
one? The
No, I
Res
have not,
R-E-Z
but talk
cut.
to me
Okay.
about it.
There's a lot of cuts out there. A lot of
Yeah.
people handed me their cuts like a couple years ago when I was like, yo, I'm, you know, just putting out the word I want sour, and people were like, oh, this or all that, you know, and like some people sent me their cuts, and I ran their cuts. Wasn't it?
Man, it's sweet, right?
Or too sweet. Kind of
Sweet,
cucumber.
sour.
It was too like it wasn't dour yet.
Not
you
interested.
know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went through a handful of those, and the Res Dog flower came to me as the one that represented the closest to it.
Okay.
That was like the New York one for
Yeah,
us, and
yeah.
it could be different for everyone.
Sure.
But that was the one that I was like, oh, that one hit. So I couldn't get that cut. I don't know. No one had it as offering it to me. So I'm sure it can pop up now, but That's not even the case. I don't want it as much as I took who I found at that time was who's got the best fucking sour seeds. Top Dog. JJ. Okay. Shout out to JJ Top Dog Seeds. He had my search for sour seed. I bought a bunch of different sour seeds from people too, and hunted through these sour seeds. And JJ had the best representation of it.
Okay, cool.
So there was a BX3, a BX4, and an F3 that I ran. A bunch of phenos from each. All of them were really fucking good.
Really?
Yeah. Leaning a little bit more West Coast sour, you could tell on some of them. That would be like the greener one or something, you know, a little less soury, but like still sweeter, like that sweet sour type of thing, you know. And then there was other phenos that were just straight like chemi skunk, you know, and it was like burnt rubber.
That's what we want.
That was the one. So I got those cuts out of that fucking hunt and reran those shits, and that's what I started selling. So it's been a mission though, bro. Here's the fucking nut budge. Fucking punching the nuts. I mean, it was the fucking last year we did a killer run of it. We got the flour on the dry line, but all the frozen material got slightly unplugged out of the freezer, and I didn't know. It was behind like some hanging branches, and the plug wasn't. It got moved, and it came out. So week later, 2 weeks later, I don't even know. We looked in that freezer.
It's a swamp in there.
Moldy bags of weed for sure, and I was like, you know, that was all the sour.
In the mulch pile.
In the compost, yeah. And I was like, whatever. And then we run it again. You know, I keep the clones, but like really, I'm already.
You backed it up?
Oh yeah. So I backed it up. We ran it again, right?
Cool.
So we're talking last winter now. We're holding on to it because I don't do indoor runs. I only really grow sun grown because to me, my soil's like our soil is dialed in. It grows better herb than any indoor to me. Like it just smoke, and I can get phenos to smoke just as good as the top shelf indoor. Like you know, it's just certain phenos, right? But I love how sun grown is. Blah blah blah. So we wait all winter. We grow it sun grown, and here we are this spring. This spring, it came back to me. It was in a pot a little too long. It got a little too root bound. It went downhill a little bit. Sour, being old school like chem and skunk, wants so much more attention, nutrient wise, and then like cookies or you know any of these other like type of moonbow crosses or runs crosses or blah 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 blah. So it is just a picky plant. If you're not on top of it, it'll go downhill a little bit. It wasn't even that bad. I threw it, you know, into its final resting place, and we didn't like how it was sitting. It wasn't getting as good as we wanted to. It was going through this like pH lockout, which it's just part of being organic, I guess, in the sense.
Yeah,
you know, and have you know, we're really not gonna alter it too hard. We're gonna have to let it just take 10 days to see if it works itself out.
Gotcha.
That's how a lot of this shit is, you know, and. So we threw these phenos in. They weren't doing too good, and we ended up even noticing bugs were hopping on one of them since they were going, you know, ill, and they were already prone to bugs. And this is the real shit, you know, that people don't always get to hear and see. So we saw the bug problem. So now we have an option, right? The option is either fight the problem or start over. And for me, starting over is the way.
Okay.
No matter what. And now we have to wait a whole nother year to pretty much, or not even a year. To run that same run of sour, yes, but like we're gonna end up doing it a later run in this fall run. Okay. We're gonna still get it planted like August and finish in October time. So we'll still get some
like summer run.
Yeah, but man, that like spring run is really really good sometimes.
Yeah.
Really, I didn't get the fresh herb, you know, for summer, and while you're harvesting in October, you're smoking on the, you know what I'm saying. So now we gotta wait, but it was this moment where I said, nah, rip it out. It's not worth it. I want the best, you know, it's our brand name. It's just for me personally. Yeah. I think mostly it's, you know, it's just, I wouldn't want to smoke it. I don't want to smoke it. I know you wouldn't want to smoke it. Yeah. And maybe some other people would, but like we're pickier people and we should hold that standard, you know, for everyone around us. We shouldn't just let some shit go around just because it's trash. A lot of people do that because it's a numbers game. They still got to get paid. Yeah. And ours is like, hey man, the alpacas are happy, like we're happy, and then just restart. We got always more plants to plant. You know, like
we're in good mindset.
Yeah, so we just replanted with other new flavors that are not sour. We have one that's actually a double OG chem.
Oh, cool.
So we'll have that as like some of our spring or like our summer releases, like nice, fresh herb weed. Yeah, and I'll get you some of that too. Oh, yeah. But yeah, so that's the story. To be completely honest, you know, you got to throw away some shit that ain't perfect. You know, we're not about keeping something that's anything less than perfect.
Yeah, I feel it, bro.
Well, when you're always growing from seed, you have to quality control pretty strictly, because I mean they can't all be winners.
Yeah, of course.
Have, like 8
of course.
females
Yeah.
or whatever. What's that?
Feel free.
Sour
So that's SFE times sour.
Yeah.
Green
gas.
Is this like the closest you've gotten? You feel like?
It's there. I definitely a lot of SFE vibes in there. You know what I'm
So,
saying?
and yeah, to go back to sour, I mean, yeah, I've had some good SFD crosses, but man, they didn't sell it. So people were sleeping on them too.
Yeah.
You know, but the sour was selling super good, and yeah, some of your homies that got it, and like other people, they were just like hitting me back with like I knew you knew what the fucking real taste was, and like this and that. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dog. Like, I'm sorry, I don't have
From
more.
Jersey, dog.
Yeah, like I miss it myself. That's the whole reason I do it. And yeah, I didn't even keep enough for myself.
Yeah.
You know, like I tried to share a lot of it. Yeah, which I did. But yeah, we got to keep on growing it. I'll never give up growing sour though. Sour is
Thank you, sir.
Oh no, never. And the haze, like we got some hazes that work well with our situation that we're gonna rerun again and again.
Okay.
It's a mango haze. I got a little bit with me. That's a little from last year, but it's still got a little awesome punch to it. And it's you know, just something different. It's like more of a faster commercial haze.
Sure.
Smells like the piff. Grows a little just denser and shorter, squatter plant.
Okay.
It's just the same smell and high though.
Denser's good.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
is stringy as fuck.
Exactly. And if you can't wait that long and dial in those nutrients, that plant's even harder.
Yeah, it's
Holy
a
shit,
6-month plant.
Talk about the extra rules with that thing. You know, that's just like professional grow. To grow the haze right,
Yeah.
I gotta be a pro grower for that.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Hell yeah. That's tight. So thank you, sir, for being a steward to the haze and the sours.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, bro.
For sure.
And you know what, Jersey boys, man, we might not know nothing, but we know fucking sour. I mean, I don't say we don't know nothing. We might not know nothing from that time period because we were just like, you know, there wasn't as much shared information during the late 90s, early 2Gs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
We had to be family.
but we know fucking sour, dog,
Yeah.
and what it is, what it ain't, you know?
I guess we heard I think it was AJ's podcast with First Smoke of the Day.
Yeah, how'd you like that one?
Oh, it was awesome. You know how he
I
talked
thought that
about,
was cool, man.
you know, the old school warehouses. And
Bro.
yeah, this is the big
It's
scale.
so sketchy, bro.
Yeah.
People don't understand how sketchy that really is, bro. Like, you're going away for a long time.
Yeah, back then.
You
that
get
shit
caught
was-
cultivating out east, bro.
Now it's like, it's just nothing. I don't know.
Yeah.
To me, it's nothing. We have no fear around it.
Yeah,
We just
man.
like to show, and that's why we show it. You know, we were proud of what we do. We show it on IG, and
Yeah, it's cool.
you know,
man.
keep people like the consumers just involved, become a little bit more stoked up for it too. You know, excited for something to try. You know, that type of shit.
Yeah, I like it. I dig it.
Yeah.
So, what's the next 5-10 years look like for you? You two crazy kids.
You want to answer though? I got some wild ideas.
You can go as far as you want.
Yeah, I was saying, tell me your
Well, I mean,
wild
like-
ideas.
We talked about Italy. We talked about other places to
shit.
live. We talked
Yeah.
because it's just like
Have
this
you been?
quality of life. No, she has.
Yeah.
And she's been to France and, you know, Spain and out there and like
Nice.
this European life and just the, you know, quality that it is on food, you know, farm to table type of stuff, and people don't kind of highlight it as a hype type of thing. It's just a normalized, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and just enjoying, like, I don't really need the fame or fortune, you know. To me, it never was that. It was always just keeping it real with the plant.
Yeah.
You know, that's what got me here, you know. So it was still true. I still today, like, just want to be in the garden, you know, hanging out with plants. So
Yeah.
we can be out there in, like, another part of the world where it's just maybe, you know, just depends on where. I guess Italy is kind of not the best spot for growing,
Right.
No,
right? But
Yeah. It's
but
not.
but that, you know, area, I guess, so we could say, and just that lifestyle, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we talked about that because our garden's like set it and forget it. Like we can just flick seeds into this shit, and like, yeah, it's just like volunteers popping up all the fucking time. The volunteers, some of the best plants.
What?
We're talking in like
Yeah.
we grow in like the rocky part of the valley floor too. We're not in this like fertile,
Really?
you know, 6 feet of like loam fertile fucking landscape. No,
Yeah.
we're at like the washed out riverbed. We're
Oh,
talking
fuck.
Yeah.
rocks that are like, you know, professional football size. So
Yeah.
like it's a
And-
mondo.
And it was an old dirt bike track,
And
so
it was an
like
old MX
the
track,
topsoil has been just ripped.
murdered.
Yeah,
there
is
was no
there
topsoil.
was
It was
Oh
just
my God.
rock gravel with like just
Yeah.
mini rocks, sand almost in
Yeah.
between. You know,
Yeah.
not really clayish. It drained well, but like so we're planting plants in this shit. Like
Wow.
we're finding new plots on the property to like move over some bushes and like plant some new plants and
Okay.
like let the native soil just like plant
Do
these
its
little
thing.
do its thing. You know, Moroccan style. That's what I call it,
Yeah.
because the homies over in Morocco are pickaxing hillsides of rocks to plant their, you know, hillside terraced out,
Yeah.
1,000, 50,000, 100,000, 500,000. You know, it's like they got a lot. So and then they got a whole team to do this shit. The homie told me all this. But yeah, no, it's just like the Moroccan style. Fucking just throw some fertilizer, maybe like a cow heart or something. It's a biodynamic type of like, quick style. We're doing things that like old school farmers used to do. Like the Native Americans used to put fish underneath their tomato plants and stuff, or any type of plant. Fish fertilizer is great, just raw fish. You don't have to like break it down or anything. Just dig a hole 2 feet down and plant 1 foot above that. Roots will get there. It'll work itself out.
Yeah.
And that's how we do shit. And so we're doing old school methods all over this old school landscape type of raw way with no potting soil bought.
Dude, I can bring my mom out to your property. She'd go fucking nuts.
Pull veggies right out the garden. We're eating right off the 20-something fruit trees we got. Kind of like
we have a
established.
sauna.
Beautiful.
We have
a sauna.
Yeah, so it's a nice.
I don't like to invite myself, but I think
So what we always say it's a checkpoint. It's a checkpoint for homies. Yeah, for homies that are traveling through like the north, west. That's like really vast. If you don't know anybody, you can't stop. Be on the side of like what no sidewalk and side shoulder is. So you got to know where you're going. Come to our house. It's a checkpoint. People stop and hang out. Like,
how far are you from Fletch?
Oh, still like another 4 hours. Oh no, he's up in Washington.
Oh, he's in Washington.
Yeah. So Adam and Portland's in Archive. That was like the dispensaries in Portland.
Got you. Well, I gotta go up there anyway. My cousin's up there. Man, I have not done anything. I've been here 7 years. August 1st, I've been here 7 years.
Yeah, come up, dude. It's a nice trip. You would like it up there. You would like it up there.
We'll take a week and just cruise north.
Yeah. We'll link you up with some people too. It's like some fucking
cool.
rap people. Check out.
It's an experience, and we really like to host people. Honestly, that's what we were talking about 10 years. We're way more into giving people an experience and teaching people. And like people usually leave our property feeling a different way than when they got to our property. Just because seeing the plants and eating fresh like every day from the garden and like seeing where it's all coming from and the animals, it just
you feel different physically from ingesting that food made from the from the land and made with love without any bullshit in it, man.
I mean that's where the highest grade comes from.
And that's where that like slow lifestyle really comes in, and like we're more into like the slowing down instead of the speeding up.
I always need that. Yeah. I still got that Jersey in me like a motherfucker. I'm just running. Totally. And I just turned 41 last Sunday, and
Happy birthday.
Thank you. But like I'm looking at the clock, you know what I mean? I'm like, I gotta go, I gotta get it all done, I gotta fucking set the shit up. I need that. I need to sit the fuck down. Kick the fuck back.
When I unplugged when I was young, man, I said by the time I'm 40, I want to have everything already done.
Yeah.
I want to be like in a rocking chair and just chilling.
You're on your way, bro.
Yeah, I feel
Yo, you need to go to Sicily, bro.
Yeah.
You need to go.
That's
why I'm checking your vibe out and like, bro, Sicily's like, okay, Italy's great. Like, I'm Italian and Sicilian, so both are fucking wonderful. But like in Sicily, you get like island vibes, but Italian style. You know what I'm saying? So it's less slower, it's a little less money and stuff like that. But it's all good, man. We make the best of everything.
Yes, bro. Homemade pasta.
Dog, I'm telling you.
When you have homemade
pasta,
you
guys go nuts on that. No, you can't. It's tough.
Everything's mint.
It's as fuck, bro. My wife knows don't get nothing that's not imported. Like it's just different, man. Even my kids don't now. They're like, this isn't the one from Sicily.
That's kind of we woke up to that too. Although we got homies that give us portions of beef and pork and so we did some poultry and
time.
Once you're looking at that, you're kind of good. Just take a whole freezer full. Just pull from the freezer.
That's the life, man.
Yeah, it really is.
That's the life. I love it.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this: what do you know that the industry should know, and what do you call bullshit on out there? What you're seeing in the game right now.
This is a great segue because we're kind of already talking about it. Honestly, it's like this no-till movement that's happening right now. Let's talk. Let's talk about it. And like living soil, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And what does that mean to you? How about I will ask you that first. What does living soil mean to you?
Okay, I got you. So living soil means to me that under the ground there's an entire ecosystem that works together, takes care of itself, amends itself, and provides nutrients to the plant.
Totally. No, that's a great answer.
I hope that was
okay. No, that's great.
So
that's
up on the right track.
So your third word. What was your third word?
In
the ground.
In the ground. Yeah, in the ground.
So is it like the ground is like the most like important part almost to this shit too.
Yeah.
Like without really, like we said, just pickaxing a hole and really tapping into what, like the Earth's crust, you're starting to unlock some shit. You really can't buy potting soil as a base and be in this like cocoa, peat moss, perlite, pumice base and really expect the same biology to pop out, especially overnight. I mean, over time, if you add enough organic matter into it and spread it out and dilute that ratio, it takes years. That's what we've actually had in some of our beds. Not all of our beds are the same, but like that's where shit starts changing. And you start to see it with the effort of how much money it takes to grow said plant. So in the ground though, the earth itself is made of minerals, right? The dirt, the rocks, it's all mineral based. So like when people are buying the potting soil, your rock dust that's added in there as an amendment is washed out within like 3 to 5, 6 weeks.
Oh, no
it's
shit.
not, yeah. So and then you have to replace it with a compost tea or a top dress, et cetera, et cetera. So this no-till movement, it's not, you really can't till some of these things anyway. I mean, these are small pots or little beds in an indoor room. It's like the size of your coffee table. Like, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't bring a tiller into any of this. It makes no sense.
Right.
But it's this, how the nutrients kind of like are fed and where they're sourced and all these things. What were we going to say? Sorry.
I was just going to say that those hype words came from, right, huge mass grows, like what we're surrounded by out here, all these farms, right? They're tilling and demolishing the topsoil. And that's really where that term came from, right? No-till, because people that are not tilling aren't demolishing the topsoil. They're creating biology that's living in the top couple inches of your soil. But the problem with that is again, it became a buzzword instead of people actually being educated on what that is. Like most people in indoor, if they're saying they're no-till, really they're using recycled soil. That's really what they're doing. They're recycling the potting soil that they bought and they're re-amending it. But it's not no-till. That's like it's just.
So what the actual name of this? No, so there's an actual name to what they're doing. It's called super soil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super soil. It's already done. Many moons ago, decades ago, people were doing this. This is how I was taught to grow.
It's the indoor scene we're talking about. That's using the
and outdoor. No, anybody really that's anybody that's kind of claiming that those words right now.
Yeah,
really. You could be in or out, outdoor, indoor, and greenhouse, whatever. It's super soil though. Is what they're mostly doing. You know, when you're really not kind of starting, even like this level of the difference. I guess where your fertilizer comes from too. There's big gaps right here that people aren't seeing, and what they're saying, they're using the buzzword of no-till and like kind of what you can read online, but they're not looking at what they're actually doing is what they're reading. You know what I'm saying? I guess they're like, oh, that's cool. I need this, and this, type of layer, but I don't have that, so I'm just gonna go buy pretty much a dried mill of rock dust, alfalfa meal, guano.
And I was going to say same with like the veganic. Is that a term that you've heard?
Huge. It's
right.
buzzing
It's
like a
huge.
motherfucker
Okay.
right now.
Yeah, well, guess what? All of those vegan amendments, which, alfalfa, all these different herbs,
Soybean,
I guess, that they're using. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't even know because I don't
we don't
do it.
But there's no one, like, soybean is in all of them, I'm pretty sure.
And so I was going to say, those crops are all being grown with blood meal, bone meal, like all of the stuff that's coming from slaughterhouses.
Or even synthetic.
So the alfalfa and the soybean that you're using to grow your vegan weed is being grown with the stuff that you're trying to avoid, supposedly.
Oh, shit.
It's it goes so deep. That's why we gotta triple check everything.
Bat guano, it's like it's shoveled out by people that are not being paid a decent wage. There's all these little things that are happening.
Fair trade with that.
Yeah, like that people think these words are so important and you're using all these certain things, but
slap that on a jar, man. You can charge a fucking tax, bro.
That's why I mean.
But
it's not. It's not that.
I'm watching you guys squirm, just thinking about it. I appreciate this conversation because like this just needs to be talked about.
Man. It is so really what it is people they're doing super soil and like like we said, like tapping into like some real raw. When you tap it into the real raw like crust of the earth, tap in and you're giving it this like homemade compost. So the homemade compost has microorganisms, things that you can't buy in the store.
Yeah.
That's another thing about this no-till, like living soil. Not even no-till, it's called living soil. So living soil is almost something that takes care of itself.
Yes.
And this ecosystem that we made, you know, with the extra even freaking fertilizer, our beds are compost piles. We can even start with that. Like, that's why this shit does so good even.
Wow.
And we have extra to top dress like with on.
Got you.
We make all that from scratch. We know what's like adding into our beds from layers of, you know, the barn floor. Like we'll say we use barn floor to mulch over like big long, you know, garden beds. Okay. We do this on the off season too. So there's a lot of work that goes into like real living soil, I guess, and it's almost not like it needs to be grown in 24/7 and different crops should be planted. There's all these other types of things too, and like biodiversity, I guess is what I'm trying to say too. What are people don't really know what to plant still.
What's up, guys? Just want to take a quick second to shout out my sponsors over at Grove Bags. Listen, Grove Bags are hands down the best way to store your cannabis. Forget jars, forget Mylars. Nobody does it like Grove Bags. Listen, it's a 6-layer, non-static bag. State-of-the-art technology. It's gonna keep your weed fresher for longer. It keeps your cannabis between 58 and 62% humidity at all times, the optimal humidity to store cannabis. It's gonna increase your shelf life, help prevent mold, weight reduction. Hands down, it's the best product out there. We don't use anything but Grove Bags at Good Pizza. And especially if your product is in stores, we all know there's some shelf life issues at the stores. This is gonna keep your product lasting longer on those shelves, so when your customer goes to try it, it's gonna be fresh cannabis. Listen, if you wanna store your cannabis the proper way, use Grove Bags. Use promo code PIZZA with 3 Z's. That's PIZZZA. Tell them Good Pizza sent you.
Portion of your weed crop to go buy things that you technically can have for free around you. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta. It's like this thing where you gotta slow down. People just gotta like end up not jumping all the way into this thing and trying to grow 100 plants or something, trying to make $1 million. Like, if you're really about it, you're really listening to what we're saying, and you're almost following us already, and you're watching what we're doing, and it's like you're applying the method slowly. It's just, it takes time. So I mean, this no-till, this super soil, it's just a fine line, but like we really just want people to like understand what they're doing. I mean, I've jumped in a lot of people's DMs too and asked them like, yo, so tell me what you're doing, and like it's crickets. Not even gonna name any names, but like big names. And it's crickets. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. You can't like hide it from me. You can post like a corner of a situation, like of a grow room, and get like the corner of the grow pot, you know. And I'm like analyzing shit like everyone analyzes shit. You know, I mean, if people analyze our shit hella hard, and I just see it for 1 second. It's just like, you know, riddled with perlite on top. Or something, you know, it's like there's a level to
there's
like,
nothing else growing.
There's nothing else
saying it's living.
You know what I mean? Like perlite just floats to the top. It's just
no mushrooms, no little stuff.
And you might get a mushroom.
But let them get a mushroom. They're on that shit. They're posting it.
And you paid for that mushroom. You put a tea in there so that mushroom
didn't really come. And that mushroom is like, there's a million different types of mycelium. They all mean different things. You know, there's common ones and there's rare ones.
Is the most interesting thing.
That's a lifetime to learn that shit.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys know Rusty, Duke of Doja? You ever heard of him?
No.
He's a really dope breeder. Works with living soil. He's doing a project in Nevada City. My bro Chris from Higher Vibrations. Just like he knows no till and like, you know, loves the dank ass fucking dirt that's up there on this property, and just like I'll shoot you guys some video. There's my bro Ruben, who does all the filming for us. He's doing a project with them, documenting the process. We're doing like a 500 seed hunt right now from all his genetics from like the last 5-10 years. Nice. Like, it's fucking dope, dude.
Awesome.
I'd love to get you guys together, or just connect you guys, because you guys would have a dope conversation. I feel like you guys would nerd out on this shit.
Same type of It's really good soil, good you know, good hunting things. Like,
no, it's the type of like mycelium. There's this mushroom that we grow, Kingstrophoria, or wine cap mushrooms, and they have a really amazing symbiotic relationship with cannabis, particularly.
Whoa, really?
And their mycelium in the soil, you can identify its mycelium compared to other hyphae that you're looking at. Yeah, when it's breaking out, its strands are so thick and so specific. Really? And it's like, it's just amazing to be able to like be digging through the soil
Better
and
communication
see
with
that.
that strain
Yeah.
of mushroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It helps retain water in the soil,
Whoa.
and so it can like tell the plant like, oh, we don't have water right now. We'll help you retain all this moisture around you.
It helps deliver
Yes.
nutrients, you know.
I just my brain just
It's
goes
like salt
crazy when I
pepper.
hear about this, man. Like that is the coolest.
So like these type of things, you know, that they don't sell in the products. You know, the
Yeah.
products are usually concentrated versions, whether it's a mycelium product or not, but it's not a diverse enough, you know, and not something that it's generic. Where you and me could buy the same thing, and it's like, it's the same. I don't know, making it more of like this custom IMO. An IMO is an indigenous microorganism, and those are kind of like microbes that are already on your land, right? Underneath
Native
your trees
biology.
over there. Native biology, correct. And then, so like, it's your own custom recipe. It's your own custom blend. When you start making that shit and introducing it to the grow that's within, close range, it starts to enhance, like this
Just
level.
like we were talking about communication.
Yeah,
It's all
soil
communicating
intelligence.
with each
Actually,
other.
Soil intelligence.
Yeah.
So Josh and Kelly told me that way. Soil intelligence. So we're making our soil a lot smarter.
Sure.
We've been doing that for so many years now. The real way, right? With alpaca shit that we know we're feeding our alpacas with clean straw, and then we got our chickens, same thing, eating our fruits and our scraps and here and there, and then our vegetables, our wasted squash, and imperfections on anything food wise.
Yeah.
And then all of our weed too. And then that goes into actually to make that pile. Like 80% of our crop pretty much goes back in that pile. Because if we do fresh frozen, about I'd say 70% maybe of our crop, or 60%.
Yeah.
60% of our crop goes to fresh frozen, and if we're washing that, then it stays on site. The resin moves off in the jars, but the buds
Right,
themselves,
the biomass.
the biomass goes all back to that pile.
Cool.
So that's how we get to save 80%
Wow.
of what we grow.
That's cool, man.
So that goes into like what grows weed the best.
And the hash water. We recycle all of the hash water back into our garden.
Nice.
Yeah,
as
so that
well.
goes into like
So that's a
yeah,
lot of
so
nutrients too,
As
and
well, yeah.
raw cannabinoids
And-
that you can't capture.
Rec farms can't do that shit. They gotta wash
Yeah.
down the
Yeah,
drain.
yeah.
They gotta-
Wasted,
yeah.
bye bye. Wasted,
Yeah.
stupid, dumb shit.
You gotta,
Yeah,
you
bro.
gotta
I
throw
can't get a
away
part
the
of Bobby
material.
Long's bullshit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we ended up like, fuck all that type of legal shit. We're doing it the real fucking way, the way that the plant fucking really wants it. And what grows the plant the best? What grows ganja? Like, what's the best nutrient for ganja? So maybe that's $1 million question or something.
Yeah.
What is the one thing? It's itself. It's ganja itself. So if you think about Mother Nature and what it did thousands of years ago before fucking the humans started fucking with the shit, it was plant grew and it died. It grew and it died. It grew and it died. It moved over a little, grew, it spread out a little bit.
Yeah.
But it grew and that took over the plains, grasses and stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, so it fertilized the field itself.
Yeah.
And cannabis
For
is
sure.
known to even take toxic, wastelands with hemp and strip the
Yeah, heavy metal.
Toxic
heavy
Sure,
metal,
sure.
all that type of shit, and like repurpose the land. So, ganja itself is the best thing to grow ganja, and a lot of people aren't even, harvesting their ganja enough to, recycle it back in. So it's already like, if you're not doing that, what are you buying? What are you buying? You're already kind of going away from what this
I never
real
thought of that. Wow.
fucking purity is. The purity is what this, it takes care of itself. That to me is a real, like a living soil organ, situation, And it takes years, like we said. We did not have that the first year. We built up to this way of like,
That does take years. I do know that.
oh yeah, and nobody has patience. So if you ain't got patience,
Yeah.
you now want it tonight. You want it tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I need to put it on my jar, And nah, that shit don't work.
Yeah.
I can see right through that shit. So that's when I
Sure.
jumped in DMs and I
Sure.
say, just talk nice. I'm not trying to jump on people and fucking harass them and shit. Just ask them simple questions privately, not publicly where I
Sure.
could ask.
Or you could.
Or
A lot of
totally.
people do.
I know motherfuckers that do. So I'm like, I ain't that, let me talk to you privately, But nah, I get crickets, because these dudes really don't know. They're just doing super soil tech,
Sure.
which is the all-purpose dry amendment, NPK, and micronutrients. Just top dress it, scratch it in, plant water, and then water only. And then, that's like a water only, but even where's your water coming from? That's the next fucking question. Ours is coming from a purely nice mineral spring underneath our house, about 50 feet in our well. I drink the same water I give the ganja. And we wash it with the hash, the same water that we're drinking. It's all the same water.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, so it's
God damn, you guys got a clean operation up there,
bro,
man.
it's really fucking pure. So I mean, like, and
They're
to say
pure.
you gotta change city water to RO water, now it's reverse osmosis. It's dead. It's got no 0 ppms.
Yeah.
Now it strips. It takes. Water's a solvent. You know. So, what is it gonna do? It makes the that's why this freaking shit tastes like plastic bottle.
Yeah.
It's like it just takes from it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that
yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah.
That's the world that we live in now.
It is.
But it's we're trying to combat it by the slowing down and
If you think
doing things the old way.
and that's now it's got that old way is gonna be.
It's gonna be the new way.
Yeah, at least for somebody who actually gives a fuck.
Yeah, for sure.
If you don't give a fuck, you don't give a fuck. Cool. That's that's where drive-throughs for you.
Yeah.
But if you give a fuck, sit down
That's
and
right.
have some patience. You'll learn something.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. So I feel like I can ask you guys this question and I might get a cool answer. Do you have any weird skills or life hacks you care to share with us? Between the two of you, you got one. I know you do.
Yo, okay, go. I think I don't even call it weird, or maybe it's unique. I don't even know. It's just
Maybe
like
unique.
It's a hard one. That was the one that stumped us
Okay.
because it's just it's just fucking hard. But I'm almost like we've taught a lot of people. Maybe it's like a unique skill that we help teach a lot of people on our farm. Like we've had people come help us, let's stay let's say a month and help us, an intern or a little apprentice type of shit.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say.
I just sparked off my mind right
I was
here.
gonna say that we've also taught a lot of people how to kill an animal. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
Oh yeah, we definitely learned.
I was like, that's
slaughter
weird.
or
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
slaughter,
slaughter,
the birds
that's
and
okay,
gutter
that's
birds.
good.
That's kind of
Yeah, I guess so. I was just
It's like
like,
everyday
and that is a
fucking
part.
I
of it.
know, yeah.
I guess that's a part of where I was kind of
It's like,
going
it's
with
kind of
like
a
teaching
weird
people
skill.
these like life skills when they're with
Yeah.
us, like this, just
We're
waking
so
up,
far
like
removed from that,
changing,
Yeah, exactly.
changing.
We are.
You're like a
But
normal
if you-
type of society person to a farmer person,
Yeah.
and
But
that
if you
means wake
eat
up
meat-
early and go to sleep early.
I was gonna say, but if you eat meat, you really should at
Yeah.
least witness it or participate
Hell yeah.
in killing an animal at some point.
Yeah.
It may change your mind after that. Maybe you won't
Yeah.
want to, but honestly, like seeing the animal in that mindset and what kind of situation did it come from? Is it stressed when it was killed? There's all these little
Start
things
talks about that.
that you start to like look at when you do it yourself, you
Yeah.
know, and you want to do
Yeah.
it the best you possibly can because you're about to ingest that,
Yeah.
you know. And so I was going to say that that's kind of a unique
Yeah,
skill.
it's a
And
part
I
of
was
it.
going to
No,
say
no,
like
that's-
in
that counts.
identifying plants, like
That's good.
hundreds and hundreds of plants I can identify from.
A lot of people don't know other
You
plants
know,
besides the weed leaf.
Yeah,
They're like,
So-
yeah.
That's a cool like
You
little
got that.
skill, but
Yeah, we just
We'll
help
take
people. I
that
think it's a
one.
little
No,
life.
those are
It's a
great.
little like school of life too when you're with us on our property type of shit.
I
Take
can
an
totally
hour
see
tour.
that. I can
Takes
totally
like an
see
hour
that.
to walk around
Really?
and talk about all this
Cool,
shit.
man.
Yeah.
yeah.
I can tell you guys probably love doing that, man.
No, we do.
You
If
love
I had
talking
$1
about
for
it.
every fucking time, I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Seriously, I
Yeah,
should
people
have.
come over
I
almost
should've.
every day in the summer. We
That's
have
cool.
like a group or
Yeah.
a couple people
Really?
pretty much every day that come and we walk around with everybody and teach them about it. We'll meet all kinds of people, you
I
know.
brought
and
community of Grants Pass. I've had like other growers and shop owners and stuff come and learn the shit and
That's
just
cool,
talk
man.
to them about it. Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah. Open up.
Because
my
in
mind.
our
That's some
area,
cool shit, man.
everyone grows. In
Okay.
Southern Oregon, it is a huge part of the culture. Everyone on our road has a grow. Grows
Yeah, yeah.
4, 6, 100 plants,
Yeah.
5,000 plants.
Yeah.
It goes like crazy.
Wow.
Cartel
And
levels.
so-
Up to cartel levels.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
Wow.
like all around us. And so it's
Damn.
people are not nearly as savvy on like they don't put their stuff in a jar up there. It's bulk. They're bulk growers up there. You know, they're not really growing to like for a specific market or anything. And so they're not using any kind of practices that are mindful because
No doubt.
they don't really care. They're
Yeah.
not trying to sell it to a certain clientele. So it's like we live close to a river and stuff. So the more that we educate the people in our community, the better off we all are.
For sure.
And we really feel that.
Oh,
so
that's
we've
cool, man.
spent the
I
last
dig that.
10 years really trying to like make farming cool again because the way that we do it is fun and is really like practical still. You can still go to the grocery store, you know, and like still go out to eat and enjoy your
Yeah.
life, but this lifestyle young people need to be getting more into knowing where their food
No
or their
doubt.
smoke came from.
No doubt.
So it's we're just trying, and Instagram has been a tool for us in that way. It's helped us reach so many more people. We get messages all the time from folks that are like, I planted my first apple trees in my yard, and like I'm doing all this new stuff. Like I can't really grow weed where I'm at, but I see you guys like doing other stuff too, and so I'm gonna try to do that. And it's been really awesome to connect with people over it.
That's tight. I can tell you guys get a lot of joy from that too, man. That's beautiful.
Yeah, we totally do.
Yeah, that's cool. If you guys had a weed superpower, what would it be?
Oh shit. To predetermine the seed.
Oh, that's a good one. Especially because you guys stay popping. Yeah.
I have totes and totes and totes, black and yellow bins full to the brim of seeds.
Fuck. You guys breed too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we keep it like we only sell very few of the good ones like that.
Sure.
I know are gonna be like amazing for everyone, but we make probably a couple hundred every year.
Wow,
bro, it's like crazy.
Beans, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying
Yeah.
Oh.
So no, come up and pick some.
Oh, you know what? There we go.
Yeah.
I got
know.
it.
You gotta climb the mountain.
No,
to meet Mr. Miyagi.
No,
man. I came down here one time.
I like to
climb
earn my
the
shit. I
mountain.
gotta earn my shit. Yeah, you took the trip. I didn't know they're coming for Oregon.
No.
That's love, bro.
No,
Appreciate that.
we hung out in the bay for a few days.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
we had fun.
We made time. A good time out of it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good shit, man.
But predetermined seed.
Yeah.
That is a good one. I was gonna say like smell-o-vision.
Oh.
Smell-o-vision.
Pre-smell?
Pre-smell
or something?
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
Smell-o-vision.
So you know the nose
Yeah.
from the seed?
Yeah.
Like that or
I like
something.
it. Fire.
But yeah, I was like, something smell. I feel like it'd be nice.
That'd be cool.
So now we're gonna talk about our top 3 strains of all time. Okay, I'm gonna go one old school, one new school, and a desert island strain. You're stuck on the island. You get one strain for the rest of your life. We'll start out with you, Mr. Kush Kirk, and then we'll move on to Amanda.
All right. So new, old, and then
New, old, desert island.
I think I said like the new one. Oh man, it's got to be that like I guess Moonbow. I want to say Moonbow. It's like the candy.
There's nothing wrong with that. And
Yeah, like it's
Nothing
the
wrong with
candy, but fruity, and a little bit of berry, cushy, kind of fizzy. And what's the Do-si-do and Skittles? And I love Do-si. That was the OG face off.
Fuck yeah.
So that's probably like the new and the old. I want to go. I gotta say the Piff. I like old school.
I was
happy
waiting.
Piff. It would have
Either
the
that
old
or
school
Piff.
Cuban black haze,
Yep,
always,
Cuban
or
black.
brown haze, or green haze, or the haze.
From Washington Heights.
Yep.
You feel me?
Gotta be
173rd.
yep. It's got to be that. That's the old
You feel me?
school. That shit always brings me back every time.
Yeah.
So
good.
And then the Desert Island.
Yeah.
Sour.
What a Jersey answer. I love that. I love all of
Fucking
that. Bro. That's
Fucking
fucking
sour.
great, dude.
Yeah.
Fire,
Hands
bro.
down. Hands
I
down.
love it. How about you, Amanda?
Alright, old school would be Roadkill Skunk.
Ooh, let's go.
New school would be Bands, which is a Skittles headband.
Ooh,
Yeah.
And that's like a little old and new.
Whoa, that sounds
meeting
incredible.
And creating something very nice. And then Desert Island, I would actually also say sour, but it would have to be the BX4 sour.
Some new shit that you guys have.
The
Oh,
RBX4
this is
number
fucking
1.
exciting, dude.
Because I could smoke that. We talked about it earlier. I can smoke that every single day. Like, it's good for any occasion. Like,
Yeah,
in the
morning,
morning
mid.
and in the evening. Like,
See, that's why sour was so ill. Like, you could still get shit done, but you were high.
Yeah.
And like,
It's good.
man,
Yeah,
put you down, bring you up, put you to bed, you know what I mean? It was just fucking, it was like my best friend. He was just always there for me.
Yeah.
You know?
It is.
That's great.
Yeah. And it's power, man. It's power.
dog.
That's where a lot of people were giving me comments when they were getting our sour. They were, it gets me stoned. I don't have to smoke for 5 hours after 4 or 5 hours. It's like I'm chilling.
Good old green bud.
Yeah, I'm like, welcome.
Good old fucking green bud.
To get off that, other stuff. It's just like, and our shit does smack. I will say, being in what we're talking about.
Oh, and then using the one light, the big old one lighter up there.
Yeah, and
Come on,
blend
that
up
shit's power, dog.
And the poop base with the minerals, like, the plants crave minerals at the end of their life cycle.
Mm-hmm.
That's what all flowers crave to make this bloom, right? And if you think about, we're in a mineral base, so it's just, it throws down.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And at that point, you're just kind of.
I dig that, bro. So now we're going to take it a step further. And if you could bring back a strain that's no longer here anymore, what would you bring back?
Oh, mine was the same. Roadkill Skunk. I
Roadkill
can't
Skunk.
find it. If
Yeah,
you got it
that
out
is the
there,
one.
I'll let you go.
hit me up. Like,
That is the one.
that shit brings me back. I haven't had that since I lived in Texas, but like we straight up would smoke that. And I remember my boyfriend at the time, his dad was a teacher. We like had to pick him up after we had hotboxed the car, and he's like, "The fuck's that smell?" And we were like, "Oh, we just fucking hit a skunk," and he fucking believed us. He was just like, "Oh, okay." I was like, yeah.
Man,
see, kids, that's how fucking skunky and danky the weed was back then. You hear that shit?
Yeah, it was really good. I guess since you said that one, like I guess my other one would be, I haven't seen it in a very long time. I'm probably still out there. It's the LA Confidential. It's like a master Kush.
Okay. I never had a good batch of it. I've said that before.
I'm talking,
I wish I did, but people say that a lot, bro.
I would say around maybe early 2000s to like no later than 2008 or something.
Yeah, I totally missed
But that was, it was like a fire batches that were coming through our neck of the woods over there in school.
I didn't catch them till like,
I missed that.
I was out here, so I got here in 2017, probably 17, 18.
Let me actually, another one sparked.
Retracting your answer?
Yeah,
we bring it back.
Bin Laden.
Bin Laden.
Did you ever smoke Bin Laden?
Oh, dude.
That shit was in like one rap song a while back, and I remember that batch. I got that shit over like 12, 13 years ago too. It came from LA. I was in Southern Oregon
what was
at
the
time.
church like?
Like OGKB on steroids. That shit smoked like a hash stick.
How you feel like you fly on the carpet?
Fuck yeah, that shit was like some Afghan.
Wait, did you say Bin Laden or Laden?
Bin Laden.
Oh, Bin Laden. No,
yeah.
Okay, not flying on the carpet.
No, shit was a Laden. No, but like it was serious.
Jesus.
So I know somebody knows about that shit out there. I know somebody remembered that batch because that shit was amazing, and it came from, I'm pretty sure, Southern California.
Wow.
Give me that shit back.
All right.
Because I got OGKB, but that shit was on another level.
Let's talk weed etiquette, growing etiquette, whatever. What grinds your gears?
You go. Oh, I got a few, but like almost the one is like
your shit.
Expecting me to pass the blunt. It's almost like
what's that?
Expecting me to pass.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like I mean, like just roll your
own dog, relax.
And not even that was like, and honestly, it's just such a everyone's got something. Just roll this, you know. Yeah. And to me, I smoke them like cigarettes, so like And that was back in the day in school, Jersey. It was like you don't just go get a loosie yourself.
Right.
But bugging somebody for a cigarette. Bro, that was always the worst.
Yeah,
I used to, 20 only came in my pack, is what I said. That was my combo every fucking night. Until I get 21 in my pack of cigarettes, you ain't getting one, buddy.
Yeah.
You know, like, that was East Coast. So,
Newports?
Yeah.
Newports.
Oh,
yeah. Damn right.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Dutches.
Dutches and Newports, bro. And whatever weed we can get our hands on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then the Dower, when that came around.
I was going to say, I guess for me, it would be people that don't keep their, like, shit clean.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, like your pipe and your whatever your smoking situation is. If it's like super dirty, and other people don't want to hit it, like you probably, should
clean up, guys.
Yeah, have your shit clean.
It definitely matters.
It makes us as a community look better.
Yeah, I was gonna say it kind of gives bad vibes.
Clean yourself up. Don't look all bummy, and then also don't have the gross side looking bummy and like exploded out like war zone. You got to keep all that shit dirty. Right. Yeah, it puts a good look on us as as people. And I think the future almost for us too. It goes back to that 5 to 10 year question. Add this on. I think we should start bringing this level of fine dining that we like matching with this really fine level of cannabis. So like we go to these fine dine restaurants, Michelin star spots and stuff. They source some of the best ingredients.
Sure. Who
has the best ingredients? It ain't Albertsons or some grocery store.
Yeah.
It's small farmers that grow it, and take really good care of it and have only a certain amount of it, seasonal, blah, blah, blah. So we're sitting there, nobody knows who we are when we're first sitting there, but we start, cracking the ice with these, chefs and stuff. And then it all comes out and say, we're just this kind of two worlds that haven't collided yet.
Yeah, that need to.
But it only can be from certain people. Nobody can kind of talk this game and be like, oh no, but I'm
doing it,
and all I got is weed. And like maybe I got some good terps, It's like, nah, that's not like. We did a farm to table dinner one time, and we did 80% of the menu that you were eating.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So we raised a lot of the food that's on the plate, and added the jar ash with it, and paired it with the flavors of our farm with the flavors of the herb.
I'm making an experience for your guests.
Bro, seriously, and we do it because we just liked it. We wanted to sit at that
tell,
table.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We were like, damn, we don't have that as an option. We'll make it a fucking option. That's who the humans we are, right?
That's cool.
And that's, I think, our future. Some of this shit too. Like we're gonna start. Shout out to whoever wants to fucking connect on that note, on like a serious note, because I do not fuck around. when it comes to this shit, like fine dining and like the level of respect that the chef, the farmer, the people sitting at the table and the proper etiquette and all that. Yeah, that's
same concepts, bro.
Yeah.
It belongs together.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, I dig that.
Everybody that we meet at these restaurants, it's an amazing opportunity to like open that discussion because a lot of them are wondering what we're doing in there. Yeah. Like, cause we go like this, It's like we're not really, and
suited up.
We have an amazing eye for detail, like being a part of the hash community, being a part of all of this. It's like you really need that.
That's its own form of chef.
It is.
And artwork and culinary
100%.
For sure. And so being able to like bring those two worlds together more has been really fun. And we definitely want to do more of it. When we went to New York, we really like got inspired by the hustle out there and how the game is changing. The laws are changing out there.
New York is fucking lit,
it's changed, honestly. Like it's crazy. And so
post legalization, dude, it's so cool.
Yeah, we had such a great time, and so we just we ate at some places that it took it to the next level. There is no better food in the world, I think, than New York. I've been everywhere. Like New York is insane.
Because everyone all over the world is in New York.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The best of the best from everywhere come there.
There you go.
And so
that's cool.
Getting to see all that, and we feel that same passion with the hash and with the flour, as those people do with the food.
Absolutely, you guys nerd the fuck out on your craft.
Yeah,
and that's where the connection
and the
is.
flavors, and when we're eating at these places and we're telling them oh, we're tasting this, they're like, oh, you taste that? They're like, oh, okay. And we're like, yeah, we taste it.
I swear they look at us like we got some like stolen credit cards.
Yeah.
Like, why are you sitting down?
Watch these motherfuckers, they don't want on the bill.
No, half it's prepaid sometimes, right? And that's fucking really expensive.
Right.
That's what I mean. They're like, how the fuck did these get in? We're nice like that.
That's
we're
cool.
Nice like that.
Yeah, that's been fun.
Well, I might know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What is your favorite place to smoke?
Favorite place might be up on the deck, overlooking the garden. We have
see what I'm saying, like the
rooftop spot.
Explain this property.
And I'm talking. We got like some of the best sunset west view, in the valley because we're right in the center. We see it, and we get sunlight until 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Yeah,
like directly
on the garden from like 6 in the morning till 9 in
the valley, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And a long one that goes east to west, and we got vineyard. We got 200 open acres like west of us. So we have this beautiful open land, open, and then like the mountains you can see, I think 60 something miles out there. A snow tip, 60 miles out when you're smoking. And it's quiet as shit in our neighborhood. Like all you hear is either a chainsaw, dog bark, a gunshot, and that's it. Or a hot rod ripping down the road. That's it. Or birds, tropical as fuck. And dude, it's nice. Paradise.
That sounds like paradise.
Come enjoy it with us.
I will. I'm telling you. You might see me before the summer's over.
Bro, you bet.
Yeah,
I think
chilling. We're big chilling all the time.
Hell yeah.
Even for a quick trip, I think from here to Medford, it's like an hour.
Okay.
Or whatever. Flight, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take a flight. I won't need to bring any weed with me, I don't think. Not that matters. I can bring a little couple jars.
We got you.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Favorite song to blaze to? Work day's over, you're up on that deck, you just lit it up. What's on the sounds, man?
I was gonna say during that time it's actually we like to be silent, but I was gonna say when we're working and blazing,
Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
let's go,
dude. For sure. I feel like
forever.
we bump them.
Wu-Tang forever, for sure.
On the regular.
Staff, all the old school
Cool.
90s joints.
Yeah,
Cool.
You
I dig that.
hip hop for days.
Favorite-
Reggaeton.
Yeah.
Or reggaeton.
Reggaeton.
That's it. Hip hop or reggaeton.
Yeah, straight up. How about what's your favorite stoner food?
Empanada.
Ooh,
So everything
solid.
we eat is stoner food.
Solid.
I want that quick on the go,
Yeah.
hot pocket from another time zone. That's still relevant
Yeah.
today and amazing.
Damn, that's a good answer.
Empanadas, good one.
Maybe pizza.
Also, a very accepting answer on this
Well,
show.
that's only because I haven't had pizza so anymore.
So, okay, so then we're going to take it a step further. What's your middle of the night, 1 a.m., you're walking through the kitchen, you're a scumbag, you know it, you see that on the counter, you're taking the whole thing down. Your guilty pleasure, late night snack.
cake.
You smashing on the cake.
Cookies.
Yeah,
Cook something sweet that she made.
Sweet, yep.
Something sweet that she baked. If she baked it, oh, it's gone maybe before the night.
No doubt.
But yeah.
No doubt. I dig it.
I fucking have to wake
You
up.
know,
So I'll get
wake up.
sweet too.
Oh, yeah.
You know. That shit.
Yeah. So somehow we breeze past. This usually comes up in the come up story. First time smoking weed. So let's hear the story, and were your parents cool with it? We'll start with you,
They didn't
Mr.
know.
Kush Kirk.
They definitely didn't know. I think we smoked it out of a kazoo, a musical instrument, the kazoo.
Yep.
Which looks like a
The
steam
flute
welder.
phone. We called it a flute phone. I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, we kind of like, I guess some homie like ripped it out. The older brother of the homie that we
Okay.
smoked it out of the bedroom. Like
Ooh,
that was when my dad was
sad.
at work though, so we like got all crazy, aired it out. But that was the first time. I don't remember getting high.
No, it didn't get high the first time.
It was just paranoia probably at that time because I was like, yo,
Why
would
do
we
we
do that?
smoke? No, like, that's rude. We should have went outside, bro.
Yeah, like for real. He wasn't even home. Like, he should have been outside. But yeah, no, that's funny.
No doubt.
I was in Texas in the woods with me and my friend snuck out of her house because I knew her parents were chill, and
Nice.
we met up with two dudes in the woods and smoked out of a can.
Tight.
Yeah, that's good old Texas days.
That was a can too.
Yeah, and then after that, my mom, she was pretty chill, but my brother was already smoking like in our house, and I would just blame it on. I would go in his room, hotbox his room, and then just walk out. And my mom never knew I smoked in high school. I just was like, oh, it was he must have just left, and she would just be like, oh, okay.
No shit.
Yeah, so
you
I
smoke
never.
cigarettes in there?
No, I.
Oh, you would smoke weed?
Yeah. She was
Okay.
already cool with him
Got it,
smoking,
got
and
it,
so
got
I
it.
just was like,
You blend right in.
Yeah.
You're the youngest, right?
yep.
Cakewalk, bro.
I was just like, all good.
Cakewalk. Right out of that one.
And I look innocent. I mean, look at me.
You do.
Yeah.
I would have never suspected.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so now if you could smoke with two people, one that's dead, one that's still alive, who would they be?
Yeah, I guess we thought about that one too. I mean, it's definitely the homie Spencer
Spencer.
yeah, that passed away a couple
R.I.P.
years ago.
Spencer.
Yeah, he was
Sure.
the homie. He was definitely one of my favorite grower and like hash maker at the time. And, sad story there, but yeah, he would be the one for
I
death.
respect that. Hell yeah.
And alive? Oh man, that was still such a hard one.
No, you.
What did I say? I can't remember. I
You
think
can tell.
I know. I
No,
think
it's definitely his
it's open
story.
book.
I think it's like Denzel Washington.
That's fire.
Oh no, Matt. Sorry, yeah, you're right. No, that was another one. I wanted Denzel. I said
You were way left and then went back to that friend group.
and then I went back to right.
The
Yeah,
Hollywood
I was
back to
like,
the hood.
oh, then no, it was this
Yeah.
homie that I pretty much lost touch with. He was more like a role model, like a nanny for me, almost like
No
raised
doubt.
me when
No doubt.
like we were growing up and my mom was working and I was staying at home. That's where the symbol on the jar comes from. Like,
Oh, let me see.
the logo. Yeah, we could talk about it.
Which one? In the
All of
middle?
them.
Anyway, yeah. So that was gifted to him from a Cherokee tribe.
That's cool, man.
So many years ago. Actually, I can't remember how many years ago, but he got that gifted to him, and he was like one of these dudes that went to rainbow gatherings and like kind of used it as his new age peace symbol. And
Okay.
you know, shout out to Matt. His name was Matt. If you're out there, freaking
Shout out to
watching
Matt.
this for real.
He wants to
You
smoke
know,
with you.
this is why I put it on everything is just because like it's kind of like a bat symbol to kind of
Bat
call
symbol.
him, you know, back into my
Shit,
life.
dude.
Yeah, so he wasn't really a man
Whoa,
about
that's
phones
cool,
or internet.
man.
You know, he was a real Rasta. And
Wow.
he, him and his girl kind of just like moved on. They were travelers, you know, and my mom
Sure.
was like helping out these travelers, friends, you know,
Yeah,
hippie
yeah.
times. And they moved on. And, you know, when I lost contact with him, it was hell young. My mom tried to find him a few times. But we moved from the East Coast out here, you know,
Sure.
and life went on. And I started realizing that people were white labeling our product, actually. We're like, oh, hell no. So
Whoa.
we ended up throwing just the logo on there. Just say, hey, that's our stamp of approval. You know, it doesn't have to have any words. It's just that. And if you know, you know. And everybody now, you know, knows. And yeah, but that's the symbol. And that's who I guess I would smoke with. I think he's still alive.
That's
he should
cool.
be, you know.
That's cool.
And that goes into him, yeah. You know,
Hopefully you'll see this, man.
yeah, actually, yeah, I really hope so. Yeah, he was a real awesome fucking dude.
Yeah.
Shout out to him,
Yeah,
man.
big love.
How about you?
I'm gonna go the total opposite direction.
Do it.
Jimi Hendrix
Ooh, fire.
and Willie Nelson.
Oh,
I
let's
feel
go.
like that one's realistic.
It
I feel
is.
like I could
We
totally-
saw Willie at
I feel like
Emerald
that could
Cup.
You
happen.
might be the first one to say Jimmy. Maybe one other person, maybe like Cosmo or some shit. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I dig that.
Yeah.
I dig that.
I think that
Yeah.
it went wild.
So since we're reminiscing, now we're gonna shout out our favorite plug from back in the day. Who took care of you? Your
That
favorite plug of all time.
That was James. That was James Connolly, the dude that gave me the DMT pipe. For
Cool.
sure. Yeah.
Cool.
He had
Shout out to James.
he had everything in his pocket that you wanted.
You still talk to him?
No, he
Still
passed
talk
away.
to him?
No, he passed away. Yeah, he
Oh,
passed away about 10, 11 years ago, and or no, 12 years ago. And but yeah, he was an OG.
So you just missed it. Plug Day was last Sunday, June 16th. So when Plug Day rolls around next summer, just light one up for him.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Think
Always.
about
I always think about that, dude.
I love that.
We sectioned actually garden parts of our garden to build beds for fallen soldiers and stuff. You know,
Oh,
friends
that's
and stuff.
dope.
Yeah,
I
like
love that.
they're in the,
That's
in
good
the energy
bro.
of this
That's
spot.
really good
You know,
energy, man.
Yeah, it's true.
it's inspiration. When someone goes
Yeah.
down, work harder.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. How about you?
Hey, what was the question?
Oh, fuck. What was the question?
Plug
that.
plug.
I'm getting stoned.
I won't say his last name because he's definitely still alive and he's a homie. But
No,
shout
no
out
last name.
Kyle.
Kyle.
He
You're a real one.
he was the guy that went out to Shelter Cove in Garberville and was the plug.
Laced
He
him up.
he freaking shipped everything back to us
Fuck
and
yeah.
like really I feel like started the love that I have for all the different types of herb there is.
I dig that.
Yeah.
Shout Kyle.
Yeah, man. You're a real one.
Do you guys have any mentors that had like a really big impact on your life that you care to shout out? I know you may have you've done that already. Maybe there's
A few people like the dude, you know, on the from the logo. I say
Yeah.
Josh and Kelly. I'd
Cool.
say even this old guy that no one knows named Jason. There was a guy that taught me how to make hash from this dude in the trailer park. When I first got to Oregon, and he was making just like taking everyone's garden, like going to everyone's garden, taking little buds and making hash out of that, making an edible company. Ended up figuring him out. He taught me some hash. So shout out to him. He put me on like real early.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Awesome.
Love that.
Yeah, shout out to Pete. He is the artist behind Forever Stoked, which is like a company that goes to all the reggae fests and everything. So he's out there somewhere probably right now at a festival.
Right.
But he was my permaculture teacher back in the day that
Cool.
really like got me into everything. I remember him just teaching me about mulch and about feeding worms and doing all of that stuff a long time ago, and
Nice.
that was really like the start of it all for me.
God bless them, man. Those mentors, they stay with you, and they're like the catalyst for like your next part of your journey and your chapter. And, like it's dope. It's dope.
Shout out to Caleb, the
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
neighbor. That's
Shout
another
out
mentor.
Caleb.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
a home.
Yeah, he's a great person.
Good dude.
Oh, yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
So, I feel like I can ask you guys this question. I haven't asked this one in a while. Do you have any really cool, crazy LSD or shroom stories where you're tripping out and shit got fucking weird?
Shit.
Any notable ones?
The first LSD one was like,
Hit me.
like I don't know. I forget what age, maybe like
Oh, yeah.
13
Yeah, dude.
or something.
I was 12 my
It
first
was-
time taking acid,
it
bro.
was like-
We was outside, bro.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So I was with my mom
I
and
was
her
with my mom,
friends.
Oh, no, not with my mom.
Oh.
Living with mom. Continue.
Okay, my mom was on her. It was a birthday fest. It
We have moms, bro. 13?
was wild. It
Hit me.
was,
Let me shut up. Tell your
I
story.
really don't remember it. It was almost like I was like
That alone is crazy.
kind of got like slipped this shit. They didn't even know. I think they were giving it to me at the time. Like
Your
I was like,
moms?
yeah, my mom was like, all whacked out. Good vibes though.
Shit.
Good vibes. And like I remember just like kind of drinking some or something, like water, you know, getting some,
Yeah.
getting fucked up through them. And I remember laying in front of the fire pit, like in front of the
Strippy.
fireplace, and getting super tripped out. And that was like
Yeah.
an accidental almost like thing,
Yeah,
you know, because
yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing. I just want to be with the parents and kind of
Yeah,
like, you know, chill
sure.
with the vibe. But yeah, that
He
was
was
that
in
was
the
a lot.
vibe for sure.
Yeah, you drank from the tea.
Yeah, like it was the tea. It was. But then like mushrooms, like yeah, like mushrooms. We had some wild times too. I would say at Caleb's house, or you know, just all these hippie drum circle type of parties.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
just like people
I've
get
been to
far
some
out.
of those.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, up in Vermont and shit.
Yeah, Vermont for sure has this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say nothing too crazy has happened.
Nah.
And that's cool.
I don't even do that shit really anymore. Now we just
I was
microdose.
gonna say, if
Yeah.
anything, I took like 9 grams and went on a city bus of mushrooms, and that was really wild.
Bruh.
That was really
What
wild.
city were you
In Austin. I was in
Oh
Austin,
my
Texas.
God.
Yeah, I was like 18, and I took
Took a heroic dose and hopped on a
rule.
bus.
I had this rule with mushrooms. I never weighed them. I would always just my intuition would tell me.
Yeah. What the fuck?
My intuition would tell me how much I should take, and I also never bought them. That was also another rule that I had. They always just had to come to me and present themselves. I could never be seeking them out. Like, I mean, I probably have paid for them in my life, but like, for the most part, no. I've always traded or been gifted them for the most part, and I just had a lot of that time and was like, I'm gonna see, where I can go with it, and I went with it for sure. I did.
You gotta be pro to surf that wave for 9 grammar.
Yeah,
you gotta really keep it together.
I don't suggest going out in public.
No,
I will say,
I'm at the
set
crib
and setting. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah. Set and setting.
Set and setting is everything, and like I really believe that.
Great, perfect. Actually.
Yeah, nature, fresh air,
water, somewhere
overheated.
All of those things are super important, and
I think I'm energy sensitive. I'm very sensitive to energy, I think that's why I freak out when I'm out there. Like I can't be around bad energy.
I feel like I really don't even need to do much of that heavy heroic doses. No. You know, for us, like after that DM teacher when I was older, it's like that was the one that was like,
okay, got it.
I feel a lot cleaner. I feel like I understand shit. I could be clear minded. I'm high on life and that type of life, you know.
Well, for some reason, growing up in Texas, you couldn't take less than 3.5 grams. That was
like
that was like
the Jersey rule too.
That was
that's how I learned how to do it.
You were deep end. You went right into deep end.
Crazy.
Yeah, and so that was just like normal. Yeah, and then when I got older, when I was like 20, somebody gave me some microdose capsules, and I was like, this is awesome. This is way better than losing your shit for 10 hours or whatever.
And even if you take too much micro, you're just knocking on the door. You know what I mean? Nobody opened the door and pulled you in. You feel me? Like you're still.
That's like when we ride a snowboard and you're just like super dude. That's really fun.
Go do something really fun.
When you go in the deep end with the mushrooms, it's hard to get out.
Yeah.
And
you gotta be ready for it.
And that was the thing too in Jersey. It was always the 8.
You know?
It was always the 8.
It was an 8.
Hey, you gotta spend $50. You gotta do it all.
You gotta do
empty
it.
stomach.
You're not gonna feel anything if you don't take 3.5 grams.
And I remember actually doing that first dose at work.
And I used to work at work. It's gonna go crazy.
Oh, it did. I did it at work when I was closing. I used to work for a golf course. And we were closing up shop, and like I called up all the homies who race golf carts at the end of the day. Pro shop was closed. Pro shop was closed, you know, so we had fun. So we banged those things, had some fun, and like they started hitting, you know, and we put all the shit away, hopefully good enough, and we got home, and they got it even heavier and heavier. That shit was the heroic dose.
Like I said,
that was
just
hate this. I like
kicking it on the road doses.
Yeah, with a couple homies, and then my dad came home and he laughed at us. He's like, "You guys are extra stoned tonight." So he said, I was like, "Yup, we are. Have a good one, Pops."
Things
on that day.
Sure. That's great. If you could go back to the younger you, right, the day before you jumped off the porch and got in the game, what advice would you tell you?
I'd say it's like probably the best advice that I've heard in general, which is, if you're living in the past, then you're living in regret. If you're living in the future, you're living with anxiety. So just stay present.
That's beautiful. That's a good one.
Because I always kind of get ahead of myself, or like think about things a little like too deep sometimes. And I've just noticed if I like really stay present in the moment, everything is gonna be fine.
Right. I mean, it's kind of like it's kind of like what Matt, the homie with the design, told me that answer to. Is like just living in the now. Be in the now, don't worry about really anything else. But that's it. I mean, that still resonates with me today. But what other good one? I mean, it's also just having patience too. Like, I told myself to have more patience earlier on too. You know.
Yeah.
I taught myself that, but you can never teach yourself too early. Everyone needs to learn that one sooner than later.
And I feel like we're living in a more and more impatient world. So
right, with the phones and like it's too much. You know.
Instant everything.
Instant everything. And what's like actually quality takes time.
Yeah.
You know, we go into. I always mention bourbon and whiskey. Bourbon isn't bourbon until it's aged 4 years in the oak barrel. Anything less is whiskey.
Yeah. And
there's a hard, strict law on that. This is, I started seeing this, and it's like it's crazy that law has been one of the first laws, like back in the day, and it's the one that has not ever been changed or altered in any fuck with. Yeah. It's like. That type of like shit is because of how good that shit was, and I think that needs to kind of. It's what I kind of think about. Yeah, just kind of have patience for something to be better, cure on the smoke, the time to make the soil right. These things are really important. And everyone's chasing the dollar. Really, for what? I mean, my whole thing is like, no matter how much money you got, you can't buy time. If you have $1 billion in your pocket, you can't buy 25 hours in the day.
You can't get a fucking minute back.
You can't go back in time. You can't buy those lost hours that you didn't get with family because you were grinding too hard or this or that. That type of shit is priceless. So and that's remember that shit is always
no doubt. No doubt. Well, guys, it has been a really fun episode. Before we get up out of here, we're gonna do some rapid fire questions. Okay, so these are 1-word answers. Try to keep them 1 word. Okay.
I like it.
We'll go Kirk, Amanda. Just to keep the order going. You like to smoke the hot or the cold?
Cold.
Do you like to smoke in the hot?
In the hot or cold, like it's hot out or it's cold out. What's your vibe?
Hot.
Joints or blunts?
Blunts.
Joints.
Bongs or bowls?
Bongs.
Bongs.
Cold start or hot start?
Hot start.
Hot start.
Sorry.
Yeah, hot start. Ooh, it's
I was like,
a little spitter.
Rig or e-rig?
Oh, rig.
Rig.
Street smarts or book smarts?
Street.
Street.
Fear or respect?
Respect.
Respect.
Yes or no?
Ooh, I'm a no guy.
Yes.
Batman or Superman?
Superman. He actually had powers. Batman was just a rich ass white guy with an expensive ass belt. He had no superpowers, bro. He was just ballsy.
He was just a ninja.
He was just a ballsy dude from Gotham, aka New York. There's just tons of those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So
fuck out of here, Batman.
yeah, Batman, check yourself,
I feel like
bro.
you can answer it. So.
Okay. Superman?
Yes.
Just change
Super
the
check.
answer. No doubt.
Yeah, that's
It's
just
cool. It's cool. Haze or sour?
Sour.
Sour.
Nas or Jay-Z?
Nas.
Nice.
Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat.
We can just answer at the same time.
Cool. Favorite Ninja Turtle?
Oh, Michelangelo.
Same.
God damn.
Yeah.
You guys are meant
Where
to
were
be.
we? I was gonna say.
80s or 90s?
Oh well.
I'm a 90s.
Yeah, 90s.
Yeah, 90s.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Glass bottle from
Yeah.
Mexico.
Hey.
Real cane sugar.
Agreed.
I respect that.
Green bottle.
Pizza or tacos? Let's get down to business.
Real pizza.
From Texas tacos.
Okay, I respect that. I'll let that slide. Pizza with pineapples or no pineapples?
No
No pineapples.
We're not in California.
Alright.
We are in California.
Tacos or burritos?
Taco.
Taco.
Crispy taco.
Mozzarella sticks or nachos?
Matzo sticks.
Matzo sticks. Yeah.
From Pop's Bar, right?
Yeah, of course.
Hey.
Motherfucker,
I
right.
made them shits too.
Oh,
You
yeah.
double dip on them.
Oh, yeah, dog. Beach or snow?
Say what?
Beach or
Alright.
snow?
Snow.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Snow.
beach.
In and out or Five Guys?
Five Guys.
Five Guys.
Cheetos or Flamin' Hot Cheetos?
Cheetos.
Yeah, Cheetos.
The Wire or The Sopranos?
Sopranos.
Sopranos.
Godfather 1, 2, or 3?
One.
One, yeah.
Pacino or De Niro?
De Niro.
Yeah, De Niro.
Comedy or horror?
Comedy.
I like horror.
Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
Netflix.
Freddy or Jason?
Jason. Better.
Freddy. No, not really. Jason.
Morning person or vampire life?
Farm life, morning person.
Yeah.
I
I want to be the vamp, but like, I'm
Yeah,
so
I can't vamp no more. My vamping days are over.
Yeah,
dog.
yeah. Can't, I'm not Gotham
Got
City
kids and
anymore.
shit. No doubt. Blackjack or poker?
I really don't play card games, but I guess it'd be blackjack.
Yeah.
Blackjack?
Poker.
Poker.
Yeah.
Text or phone call?
Phone.
Yeah. Phone call.
Breakfast or dinner?
Dinner.
Breakfast.
Bike or skateboard?
Skate.
Neither. One wheel.
Okay, I like it. I respect that. Jack or Blue Dream for the rest of your life?
It's
Oh,
Blue
sure.
Dream.
Blue Dream. Yeah.
All right. If you could bring back one dinosaur for your pet, who would you choose?
Oh shit.
I mean, the
it almost still exists. The rhinoceros is still a dinosaur in my eyes, bro. It's a triceratops.
Yeah, triceratops.
That's a
big dog.
It just slimmed down, and now it's the modern day version.
Yep.
But I'd say triceratops.
The one with the long
Rhino
neck.
2.0.
The really long neck.
Oh,
Giraffe?
triceratops.
No.
Giraffe.
Sorry. Plethosaurus.
Oh,
I got a 4-year-old kid. We got
Oh,
fucking
you
dinosaur
definitely
books.
know
I
them.
brush up on this every time I have a kid.
Nice.
My dinosaur games.
I love it. Everyone
Everyone
probably says T-Rex.
I'm a good dad. I read my son a book every night. Every fucking night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this little motherfucker somehow got 2 books out of me for like the first 2-3 years until mom shut that shit down. Like, thank God. It's like 2 books. I don't know what is happening.
Somebody else
Anyway,
had to step in.
anyway.
My mom had to step in.
Jesus. Shot a 151 or a hot dab. Like 900 glowy, fucking reckless.
I don't drink, but I might want to take the shot. I don't know.
Some do, my friend.
Yeah, I'll take the shot.
I take the shot too.
Candy or gas?
Oh, gas.
Candy and gas.
Lazy head. Tupac or Biggie?
Pac.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang or Death Row?
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it. Good shit, guys. That was fun. Before we get up out of here, I always have to share with people like the power of networking. You know, how do we meet, and who do you know that I should get on the show? So, I mentioned it earlier. We met through. I heard of you guys through Naptime Gardens. You were the holder of the sour,
Nice.
so I was interested immediately.
Yeah.
Excited to hear you're from Jersey and you're Sicilian. We got a lot of shit in common, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Moms are hippies and shit.
Yeah,
you know,
great
it's
mindset.
fucking
I like
cool,
it.
man. Yeah, I dig
Feel
it,
that.
man.
So you'll feel right at home at the farm.
Yeah,
I
you will.
really do
Yeah.
feel that.
Mom
way
will bless you.
already. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to bring moms up with me, man.
That's why we're
Yeah.
hosts. Like the host
Yeah.
vibe is an Italian vibe. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. And who should I get on the show, guys?
Well, Josh and Kelly, I'm glad that you're
Yeah,
already
Yes,
on
we're in
now.
talks. We got text going.
Yeah.
We're trying to nail down a
They're
date.
They get
great.
deep. They
They're
get deep.
great.
They know some
Yeah.
deep shit. They went far places, done far things. So I would say
Cool.
definitely
They're
Josh and
great.
Kel.
Cool.
I was gonna
Who
say, and
else?
I don't know if you've had them on yet. Locals only.
No, I have not.
Okay, we were just
Yeah.
with them yesterday.
Is he up in Oregon as well?
No, they're down here.
California?
Locals only. They're in Oakland.
In Oakland. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, hit them up. And I was
Okay,
gonna
cool.
say even Todd. I like how Todd's always a good
Yeah,
pick.
Resin Ranch.
Resin Ranch. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he makes good product and just as a
He's up in
homie.
Nevada City too, right?
Yeah, I think he's close by.
He's
Yeah.
lives right by my boy actually.
There you
Oh,
go.
he would be a great addition.
Yeah, he's just a real dude. He's a real.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta tap into that community
Yeah.
up there. I'm trying to get more hash makers on the show and
Yeah.
got a bunch of them right up on the hill. Right up
He's a
there.
grower, hash maker,
Yeah.
single source dude
Yeah.
like we are. Just,
Indoor,
you know,
outdoor. He
yeah.
really does it all.
Cool.
He's transparent as fuck.
No doubt. Yeah, they do a lot of work with my homies at Cozy Cubes.
Yep.
They
Yeah.
make,
There you go.
some dope edibles. Cool, man. Anything that you guys want to plug right now? Anything we can help you with? Anything you want to shout out? Drop your Instagrams, like whatever you guys want to plug.
Yeah, you can follow
please do.
us. Me at Kush Kirk and
Yeah,
her.
I'm at Yashi Melts.
Tight.
And we also have a third page where we kind of do our drops. So if you plug in with us, see on our story, we'll highlight a third page, which is
Okay.
called Organic Trap House.
Fire.
And it's the Organic Trap
Love it.
House, like self-explanatory. We're just keeping it real. And we'll we have a menu that goes out and we do drops, so you guys can tap in and get a little taste of the flavor of our
Yeah.
gardens and stuff. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm
tons of
gonna tap in
flavors
for sure.
all season long and stuff. We just sold out, so it's like a good problem to have. And getting ready for the next flavors to be dropping, I think, early September.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, our first drop will be September from this harvest. And yeah, we're growing like 30 different strains from the past 8 years that we've made that we haven't, some of them we've seen, some of them we haven't.
Cool.
So it's cool that we're kind of going back through our whole library
Love
and
that.
repicking some stuff, and, along with a bunch of
Time
other
traveling.
people's stuff. But we're most,
that's
definitely
just a
most
section.
excited about
That's
that
just
project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Exciting
tons of stuff,
man.
tons of flavors, more than Ben and Jerry's. So it'll be
Hell yeah.
fun for a while.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming
Yeah,
through,
man.
brother.
My pleasure.
Absolutely. Best to get to know you guys on the show.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
it
that was fun,
It was
man.
our pleasure.
That was fun. So you already know Kush Kirk, Amanda. What's the name of the farm again?
Garden to Grease.
Garden of Grease.
Yeah, we also have
Garden
that
of
as an
Grease.
Instagram too, but I'm
Feel
kind
me?
of not on it as much. But yeah.
Yeah, man. Garden of Grease. Look out for these two. That don't worry, everything's organic. They got you covered. I'll see you guys soon. I'm coming up to Oregon. We're gonna do it. Much love, peace, love, good pizza. We are back.